It's a question that will be answered. Just a few minutes. It's a question that will be answered. Just a few minutes.
And it's coming up as you're listening to Play Now. Winnipeg Jets. Coming up on the radio. You're the Jets. Power Winnipeg Jets. At 680. You're the Jets.
Moving in, shoot,
Jets fans, it's your chance to win big all night long with our playoff 50-50 raffle. Get your tickets now for a shot at multiple cash prizes during the game, ranging from $1,000 to $25,000. Plus, one lucky winner will take home 50% of the total sales at the end of the series. Don't miss out. Text JETS to 20450 for your chance to win. That's JETS to 20450.
Bet on Manitoba. Enjoy responsibly. This is Play Now Winnipeg Jets Hockey on 680 CJOB.
Game number 4, the Winnipeg Jets looking for a road win for the first time in 5 starts on the road in these playoffs. They are 0-4, and the Dallas Stars have won 4 in a row here at home going into this one. The Stars lead this series 2-1. Well, the Stars will get an injection of their best defenseman coming in, although Thomas Harley's been pretty good over these playoffs as well. But Miro Heiskanen returns, hasn't played since January 28th when he hurt his knee. It required surgery against Vegas. That's 3.5 months, almost 4 months since he played. He's back in the lineup tonight. Jamie Benn told me today, quote, he's a one-man breakout. And I think that really says all you need to know about what they feel, that being the Stars, about their number one defenseman, his ability to move the puck and transition from defense to offense and help the offensive side for the Stars.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be curious to see if they just throw him right in there to his 23, 24, 25 plus minutes, or if they try to manage it maybe a little bit. But we'll see. But, I mean, you talk about a guy that's a playoff performer. You think back to 2020 when Dallas went on the run. He led all defensemen in points in that Stanley Cup playoffs. He's got 61 points, 16 of those being goals in 85 playoff games. So a guy that, you know, obviously is kind of built for this time of year. And obviously Dallas has kind of been getting by without him. You mentioned how good Thomas Harley's been. Pete DeBoer had great words about Cody Ceci and what he's been able to do, especially over the course of time that Heiskanen's been out. So absolutely, it's going to change some things for the Dallas Stars in terms of how they break the puck out. Now, the other thing for Heiskanen is he's got to get back up to speed. And, you know, when Jason Robertson came back in this series, you know, Pete DeBoer said it took him a little bit before he really started to look comfortable out there and kind of be back to the player that he usually is. So we'll see what that's like for Miro Heiskanen in this one. But if you're Winnipeg, I mean, if you're able to get on the forecheck, make him defend and take a few hits early on in the game, yeah, it'll get him into the game. But if he's defending, he can't be moving up ice and doing anything that'll hurt you.
A couple of points from that. I said to somebody around the Jets, would you like to finish every check on Miro Heiskanen? And the response was, of course, if we can catch him.
Yeah.
And the other part of this is, too, I was talking to somebody else saying, okay, Miro Heiskanen timing, coming back in, just as you mentioned, after 3.5 months, how's he going to be? And the retort to that was, Miro Heiskanen is so good that even if he's at 70 or 75%, he's better than 3/4 of the defensemen in the National Hockey League at 100%. So that tells you how impactful he might be tonight. And then again, it's the starting point for him to start his series, his playoffs, and get back after playing just 50 games of the 82. As mentioned, hasn't played since January the 28th. Okay, the power play for the Winnipeg Jets. It has to get rolling. It was vaunted all regular season long, but it has struggled in the playoffs. It has struggled in this series more specifically. It has won for its last 13. Your thoughts on it? And if you were coaching, what would you like to see the alterations be made in order for it to get a couple of goals itself?
Yeah, and you first have to give credit to the Dallas Stars penalty kill, because it's been extremely good throughout the entire postseason, 31 of 35. So, I mean, they haven't allowed much at all. And it really seems like, you know, the second unit with Perfetti and Nemestikov, they seem to be having a little bit of an easier time when it comes to zone entries. It's been a little bit more of a challenge for that Scheifele line. I'm not sure if it's just how the Stars are playing against that particular unit, but it does seem, even if they get the blue line, sometimes what Winnipeg likes to do is try to bring it back up that strong side to get it back to the D, and then they start working it around to the weak side, away you go. Dallas really hasn't allowed that, and their penalty kill is a little bit unpredictable in terms of sometimes they're aggressive, sometimes they're a little bit more passive, but it's hard to know when that is coming, so it adds a little bit of an extra layer of confusion. I think for Winnipeg, it comes down to just trying to find a way to simplify your entries, and then you have to have that attack mentality when you get into the zone, because that's when your power play looks quicker. That's when you get the Dallas penalty kill moving around a little bit and a little bit uncoordinated, if you will, and then you have to be able to retrieve that puck. You can get those second chance opportunities, but you got to be able to get yourself set and get something to the net.
Okay, winning on the road, and that was the focus for this Jets team. I'll read you a couple quotes about the importance of Game 4 tonight and the outlook for Winnipeg and the imperative nature that they are seeing in having to have this game. Josh Morrissey, quote, "Tonight's game is massive." Scott Arniel, "We have to win in this building." Cole Perfetti, "We haven't gotten to our game, and honestly, we haven't played a full 60 on the road yet, and that is on us." You could just tell yesterday and today that they're tired of talking about their inability to score a win on the road, and they want to get it done tonight. And it really is so important for them to be able to go home if they can and have control of this series again. Otherwise, we know what it is on Thursday, and they are facing elimination.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not going to be an easy task. You talked about how good Dallas has been in this building, especially over the last 4 games. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, Winnipeg's definitely accountable to it. They're not hiding from this fact that it hasn't gone well for them on the road in this postseason or in ones in recent memory. So there's the accountability is there, the awareness is there. But like Cole said, they haven't put together that full 60 in the postseason just yet. Now they've come closer and closer and closer, I think, as it's gone on the road here. So is tonight the night where they take that next step? Well, they'd certainly love to, because you can imagine how different the storylines will be if you're heading home at 2-2, heading back in your building, having grabbed home ice advantage right back.
On physicality, asked Jamie Benn today about it. He said the longer we get into this series, the nastier it gets, and we're okay with that. We'll see what happens, because it got nasty at points in Game 3. Downstairs for the anthems.
Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our referees for tonight's game are Gord Dwyer and Francis Sharon. On the lines, Scott Cherry and Trent Knorr. Let's have a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Windeck. Do it once, do it right. Visit windeck.ca to do that. Here's Mitchell.
Oh, Paul, there's been some trickery on both sides of the benches here. So Jake Ottinger will start for the Dallas Stars. Stop 23-25 in game number 3. On the blue line, it will be Thomas Harley and Miro Heiskanen. And up front, it'll be Mikko Rantanen with Wyatt Johnston and Jason Robertson. They will go 11-7 after showing 12-6 in the warm-up, will the Dallas Stars. For the Winnipeg Jets, it's Connor Hellebuck, 21 saves on 26 shots in game number 3. It'll be Josh Morrissey, Dylan DeMello on the blue line. And Winnipeg, also a little bit of trickery. We'll have to keep an eye on the lines. Brandon Tanev, Morgan Barron, Mason Appleton will start.
In-game, in-series hijinks. Get ready for game number 4. Here we go. Buckle up. First period opening face-off is brought to you by Cambridge Credit Union. Looking for a mortgage? Get peace of mind and flexibility with the best of both worlds mortgage. Visit Cambrian.mb.ca. Teams come to center ice to get it started. Puck is dropped, and it's showtime from Dallas, Texas. Glad to have you along on the radio home of the Winnipeg Jets. Power 97 and 680 CJOB. How do you folks tuning in on satellite radio and on the NHL app across North America and worldwide? Flush down inside that Dallas end. Grabbed by Heiskanen. Play to the near side for Harley. Jammed up along the boards. He takes a hard hit there from Morgan Barron. Scooped up the puck again, and then will dispatch it down inside that Winnipeg end. Both teams will make some changes. DeMello along the boards to the near side for Appleton. Redirects it down inside on that Dallas end. Played up along the boards to Donoff. Skips through that neutral ice. Will dump it in. Icing washed out. Handled by Hellebuck. Rimmed around the boards to the far side. Iafolo takes a bump and will scoop the puck out towards center ice. Winnipeg on the near side now, and Shen. He will tap it down inside that Stars end. 1 minute into this one. Rolled around on the near side after it goes. Shifley back in behind the net. Taking off his skates and then sent all the way down. A race for the puck. And it's going to be icing washed out as Fleury was all tangled up with the Dallas Star there, and Winnipeg came away with a puck. That was Wyatt Johnston. Winnipeg onto the far side. Here comes Connor. Try to go rink wide. Ricocheted off a skate. Back after it again is Granlund. Back inside the Winnipeg end. Hurriedly played there. Nicely by Pionk and out towards center ice. Harley will step up and drive it right back in from the red line. Pionk, a hard rim to the near side. Pulled off the wall there by Ehlers. He'll send it in toward the middle, and it drips off the stick of Lowry. Goes back inside that Dallas end, and Lowry gave Lyubushkin a little shot at the end there as the whistle was going. Lyubushkin didn't like that. We'll get an icing call against the Jets. Winnipeg Jets hockey brought to you in part by Winnipeg Clinic, Walls and Walls, and the Dairy Farmers of Manitoba. Jets are flying from our broadcast left to right. They're wearing white, and the Stars are in green this evening.
Lots of changes so far for the Winnipeg Jets. Connor Shifley, Iafolo was a line, as well as Nikolai Ehlers, Adam Lowry, and Gabriel Velarde.
Back toward the line. Slap shot by Petrovic. Popped off the shin pads there of Nikolai Ehlers. Scoots out towards center ice to grab that at center. Grabbed and shoveled right back in by Marchment. Right on top of Hellebuck. He'll leave that neatly at the side of his net. absconding outside his own zone. Now here is Pionk to the near side for Lowry. Couldn't handle that. Back the other way. Tyler Seguin moving right in. Seguin top of the circle. And he tried to drift into where the slot and shoot the puck by dragging it. And it was scraped off his stick. And Winnipeg will plunger it back down inside that Dallas end. Not enough for icing. Duchesne rolled off the boards and played it to the far side. Moved up along the wing. Petrovic off a stick. It flies down inside that Winnipeg end. Rolled around again to the near side. Pulled off the wall there by DeMello. He takes a hard smash. Sends it all the way down. Icing washed out. Rolled around by Lindell. Far side for Ceci. Good sticking on him by Nemesnikov. After to the far side. 2 Jets. There's Perfetti as well. Trying to take it out of some skates. It finds Granlund. And he'll backhand it through the neutral ice and down inside that Winnipeg end again. DeMello hustles after it, plays it rink wide for Josh Morrissey, who starts to drift out of his own zone to center ice to the near side. Now again for Niederreiter. He'll shoot it down inside that Stars end. Ceci tried to roll it around, hit some skates. He grabbed it back again, chopped it off the boards. Couple of Jets are there. Grabbed again and up along the board. Sent out towards center ice there by Dodonov. Sent right back in by Winnipeg, but they'll use the opportunity for a change. Evgeny Dodonov will skip through that neutral ice and flip it down inside that Winnipeg end. He goes back after it behind the net. Winnipeg will try to seize with 2 men in on him. Grabbed by Ben back in behind the net. Back toward the line for Heiskanen. Wristed toward the net. He put it wide. Rebound. Grabbed by Scheifele. Played around to the far side for Sandberg. Up along the wing at center ice. Brian follow off his stick. And it slides down inside that Dallas end.
The only forward line I haven't talked about yet is Nino Niederreiter with Vlad Nemesnikov and Cole Perfetti. Good on them to get in on the forecheck, get down below that goal line, make their presence felt.
Excellent pace to this one to begin. Connor makes a move at center ice. Shakes off a check. Dances inside the zone. Tried to go inside and out on Heiskanen. Heiskanen got a stick on that. Connor back after the puck. Sent it out in front. Coming right down Main Street. Velarde shooting. And it's stopped by Ottinger. Excellent chance for the Winnipeg Jets coming off some good old-fashioned spade work down low. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, and then a kick out into the slot with Velarde coming in late and right down Main Street, and a glove save made by Ottinger.
And Kyle Connor's going into the corner with Miro Heiskanen there and just kind of changes his route just a little bit. Gets a little bit of a shoulder into Heiskanen, gets inside position. That's what creates that loose puck, and Mark Scheifele in support. I mean, obviously knew where Velarde was coming because he sent that backhand pass quickly to the front.
To the near side, Marchment on a face-off win, try to get it out. Stopped there by Luke Schenn momentarily. Now it's sent all the way down. This might be icing, and it is against the Dallas Stars. So once again, go through those lines. We do know this, that Colin Miller is not playing, and Luke Schenn is. That's the only change on the Jets' blue line tonight.
Correct, yes. He's paired with Hayden Fleury, so the top four, Morrissey, DeMello, and Sandberg, Pionk is still together. So Winnipeg is Connor, Scheifele, Iafallo, which we've seen a lot over the course of the playoffs. Ehlers, Lowry, Velarde, Niederreiter, Nemesnikov, Perfetti, Tanev, Barron, Appleton.
Face off to the left of Ottinger. Velarde will take the draw. He'll do so against Duchesne, and Velarde wins it cleanly back toward the line for Luke Schenn. Waits, shoots, kicked away off that left pad of Jake Ottinger. Tumbled around to the near side. Fast out of the air, but stopped there. Off the stick of Marchment by Schenn. Schenn will try to play it in toward the corner. Winnipeg after it there, and Velarde expelled back out towards center ice by Lindell. Waiting for it there is Duchesne, far side for CC, moving in, shoots! Kicked away by Hellebuck. Rebound, skips into where the corner. Bounced around to the near side, inside that Winnipeg end. No score in the hockey game. We played 4.5 minutes of this opening period. Dump back out towards center ice. Ceci drifts back inside his own zone. D to D for Lindell. To the near side and up along the wing now for Seguin. He'll send it in and then exit stage right for a line change. Winnipeg and Tanev back in behind his own net. Duchesne is there as well. Kicked free by Pionk. Moved up along the board. Trying to shake off a check is Morgan Barron. His pass is picked off, but he grabbed it again. Barron will shoot it in on a forehand this time. Rimmed around to the near side. Left now for Appleton, moving right in. Trying to go out in front for Morgan Barron's there. Turning. Trying to find the puck, and he did. He put it back toward the line on the far side. Shot by Sandberg. And it's off the stick of a challenging Jason Robertson. Up and over the back glass and out of play it goes. Then we get some pushing and shoving. Bischel and Tanev in front of that Dallas net. 14:53 remaining in the opening period. No score.
It was Tanev coming over to back up his teammate in Mason Appleton, and Morgan Barron after Game 3 wasn't happy with his line's performance because they were on the ice for 2 goals against, and obviously a guy that takes a lot of pride in being able to defend and contribute with this team. And obviously offensively, he's had a couple of great chances that haven't gone for him, and one that did go in that was taken away on an offside. So good to see that line get right back after it, get in on that forecheck, and Appleton just getting this puck to the net, trying to go to Morgan Barron on the backdoor side. Doesn't quite connect, but the puck sits there, and Barron just trying to muscle his way to get to that puck, but Dallas boxed out pretty effectively.
Face off to the right of Ottinger. Mesnikov will take the draw against Wyatt Johnston. Johnston wins it. Rolled around to the near side and outlet it now for Robertson. Into where the middle, and Johnson will hop through that neutral ice to the near side for Randon, moving right in. Going toward the net was Johnston, and he got a stick on it, put it into Connor Hellebuck, who was at the top of the crease and made the save and hangs on. That little delay by Rantanen allowed Johnston to split the D and march right back in toward the net and get the blade of his stick on that redirect.
And obviously any action in around Connor Hellebuck with the Dallas Star getting a stick on him or anything like that's going to draw some attention. And Neil Pionk is the one that waltzed over to Jason Robertson, gave him a bit of a shove to get him out of there. So both goaltenders have had to be sharp in the early going here. We're only 5:19 in, 5 shots on goal total, and a couple of great chances in between all of that.
Face-off will be to the right of Hellebuck. No score, 14:41 remaining in the first period. And Winnipeg will lose the draw. Dallas will seize it in toward the corner. Rantanen back in behind the net. He'll drop it there. Played back toward the line by Robertson, but intercepted by Kyle Connor. Darts through that neutral ice. 3-on-2 developing. Connor across the line. On the far side to the near side for Morrissey. Pushed it toward the net. That was blocked nicely by Harley. Shoveled around on the far side. Heiskanen off the boards and now out towards center ice for Jason Robertson. He will lumber his way through that neutral ice and backhanded in. Gobbled up there by DeMello. Bumped off a check there for Morrissey out towards center ice. Iafallo tried to drop it there for Kyle Connor. Overskated the puck. Grabbed again by Steele and hoisted with a backhand inside the Winnipeg end. Shen to the near side for DeMello. Out of his own zone towards center ice for Niederreiter. Off his stick and goes down inside that Dallas end. Pushed around by Ottinger, the goaltender. Center out of the far side. Dadonov goes after him. Again, Dadonov will stop up. He gave it away. Far side for Niederreiter. High slot. Perfetti moving in, shooting. And it's stopped. Perfetti rebound. And a putback is just put a little wide. Good chance for Winnipeg on that forecheck. They're after the puck again. Trying to get it toward the side of the slot. Skipping out of his own zone. There was Steele. Steele will settle it down, backhanded in, and tuck tail for a line change.
Winnipeg very nearly taking advantage of a turnover there. Evgeny Dadonov's not going to be happy with himself. Cole Perfetti kind of hid this shot to the last possible second. He just kind of pivoted and fired that thing.
Sent around. Rantanen. Break wide to the near side for Rope Hintz. Couldn't catch up to it. Winnipeg will take the puck. They move it back ahead. Here comes Ehlers. Skips inside the zone. Ehlers high slot. Shooting! And it's stopped by Jake Ottinger. Love the play for the Winnipeg Jets. I have loved the start by the Jets here so far, with the exception of that Wyatt Johnston chance down at the other end. 12:58 remaining in the opening period. Awaiting the game's first goal. Back after these to Dallas, Texas. You're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets, Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
For fun and reliability you can count on, your one-stop battery source is Canadian-owned Prairie Battery.
Prairie Battery is family-owned and operated, providing reliable and trusted battery power. When you want true power, come see Prairie Battery and the Prairie Battery team, or visit us at prairiebattery.ca.
When you need batteries for industrial, commercial, auto, recreational, marine, RVs, and more, it can only be prairiebattery.ca.
When you bet with Play Now Sports, goals become goal! Every game will feel like the big game. Bet local with Play Now Sports.
What's up, hockey fans? Man, I just love that new logo. I mean, this old logo is classic, but man, I love that new logo, and we're updating everything on the website to reflect the change now that we've hit 100,000 subscribers. So thank you again, insiders and anybody else who's here right now or has joined since we've hit 100,000. Now that we're over 101,000 subscribers. I can't thank you enough for hanging out with us all the time and making a difference in our community. The best way to help is to hit that like button and share this link out. And don't forget, check out that link that is pinned in the chat as well as in the description. That's going to take you to our Playoff Pulse campaign page through SickKids Hospital in Toronto. We have raised over $1,000 so far. We have another $1,000 to add in just a few days. Thank you for helping us make a difference with SickKids and the difference that they're making throughout this world. Edmonton, let's go Oilers. Let's get the win tonight in Game 4. We need to take control of this.
Out in front, intercepted by Dallas. Hard off the window, bounced out towards center ice. Stopped by DeMello, but he put it right on the stick there of Granlund, who got away from a check of Velarde and snapped the puck in off a stick from center ice. Winnipeg on the far side on the retrieve. Scooting out of his own zone is Morrissey leading the attack. Crossed over the line. Near side for Ehlers. Moves in. Shooting! And a stop. Rebound. Ehlers had a whack at it. He careened off some skates back toward the line. High slot for Lowry. Lowry moving in. Shoots! And he fired it wide. Bounced off the back wall. Pinching in for the point. DeMello. He's shoveled from behind with a cross-check. Managed to get the puck back toward the line. Morrissey onto the far side now. Controlled by Shifley. Back for Morrissey. A one-timer. And he fired it off the heel of the stick. He put that wide as well. Expelled back out towards center ice for Dallas. They're on their heels. And there's going to be a penalty coming up to the Jets here. As Granlund lost his stick. Had it pulled out of his hands at center ice. And that's going against Dylan DeMello.
Penalty number 2, 2 minutes, holding the stick.
Holding the stick call.
And DeMello's not happy about it. We have seen a couple of situations where sticks have been held, and it was pretty subtle and quick. They both kind of grabbed for each other's stick in this situation, and it ultimately ends up that Granlund's stick is just kind of ends up next to Dylan DeMello, and when Granlund ends up without a stick and he's throwing the arms up like he did, that's more often than not going to draw a call. So a big penalty kill here for Winnipeg.
DeMello for holding at 8:04. Face off to the left of Hellebuck. And they're going to wave. Tyler Seguin. And in comes Granlund. He'll do the damage of the dot against Morgan Barron. And they finally drop the puck. Into where the corner. Scooped up there by Dallas. And back toward the line. Harley over to the far side. Back for Harley. Off a shin pad. And seizing the moment here is Iafallo. He trucks down inside of that Dallas end, trying to get it toward the net. Still creating some chaos is Iafallo. Robertson back in behind his own net to leave it for Thomas Harley. He'll sashay out of his own zone now and drop it at center ice for Granlund. Nice move to get around Tanev. Gets inside the Winnipeg end, shoots and scores. Well, an innocent-looking play. A great move by Granlund at center ice. And just over the Jets' blue line, right in the middle of the ice, he snapped it home past Connor Hellebuck. It's a power play goal for Dallas. And they lead it 1-0.
Yeah, you hate that for Winnipeg given the start that they've had. And Granlund fakes going wide and then cuts himself right into the middle of the ice. That's what allows him to get around Tanev. And then it's Winnipeg's kind of having to retreat. They can't really stand up at their blue line given the 4 Dallas Stars that are coming at full speed. So they get backing off a little bit. And then Granlund just lets the shot go from the top of the circle under the stick of Neil Pionk.
8:36, the time of the goal. Time of the goal for JS Furniture. Visit us online at furnitureandmore.ca. Winnipeg will send it back inside that Dallas end. So the Stars have opened up the scoring here at home. 8 consecutive games. Winnipeg at center ice trying to get it back inside that Dallas end. And that is broken up. CC onto the far side will cast it ahead. Donoff will just knock it down inside that Winnipeg end. Shifley curls and plays it to the near side. Nobody home, out towards center ice. Stepping up again is Harley. He'll drive it right back in. Granlund from Harley and Robertson. Winnipeg turned over the puck. Ran and wrong guy into where the corner for Hintz. Back out in front. Bounced off a skate. Picked up there by Appleton. Twirls out towards center ice on the far side. Nemestikov crossed over the line to the near side. Now for Niederreiter. He'll spin it into where the corner. Nemestikov taken off stride by Heiskanen. Pitched off the window. Bounced back out towards center ice by the Stars. Here comes Winnipeg on the reload. Perfetti across the line. Will backhand it into where the corner and go after it. Trying to hunt down a puck and it rolled around to the far side. Hopped over the stick of the point of Sandberg. He has to turn his skates and hustle back inside his own zone. He made the play to the near side now at center ice for Perfetti. He'll puncher it down inside that Dallas end. Rolls around to the far side again for Marchment. Marchment to the near side for Rantanen. He got by a check in behind that Winnipeg net. Pionk in full chase mode. Rantanen sent it back toward the line. Labushkin was a little tardy getting there. Back toward the line at center ice now, and Bischel. He'll snap it back in. Sandberg had some problems with it. Skewers it around the boards to the near side. Pionk will outlet it to the near side here. In Velarde and out towards center ice. Wheelers on the far side for Lowry, moving in, shooting. And it's off a stick and wide. Goes by a scuttled stick. Winnipeg trying to hunt that puck down to hold the line. Lowry gave Seguin a good pop, but Seguin made the play to get it out towards center ice. Luke Schenn on the far side now for Fleury. He advances it onto the far side for Ehlers. Ehlers stumbled with the puck, lost it at center ice. Banked off the boards by Barron out towards center ice. And Winnipeg will start back again. Cross the line, Velarde near side Ehlers. Back toward the line, coming in. Fleury shoots, and dropping down is Granlund, the goal scorer, to block that. It ricochets back in behind the net. Winnipeg back after it, back for the line. Schenn shooting, blocked away by Ottinger. Rebound sitting there, scooped up into where the corner. Nice play there by Barron. Takes a body check. It's rolled around and reversed by the Dallas Stars, and they finally will exit outside of their own zone and alleviate some pressure.
This is pretty much the response that you needed from Winnipeg, is you had to focus on that next shift, and they've come right back out and got right back to what they were doing at 5-on-5.
To the near side, squeezed out are a couple of Jets. Ran it out towards center ice, and that was Appleton. Appleton at center ice will find the puck again. He'll deposit it down inside that Dallas end. 8:20 remaining in the opening period. 1-0 Dallas on a goal by Mikael Granlund at 8:36. Steele out of his own zone for Jamie Benn across the line. Got stood up nicely by Neil Pionk. Puck will careen down into where the corner. A mess of players go after 2, 4, 6 of them. Picked up now by Sandberg. Wheels out of his own zone to the far side. Sandberg to center will dump it in. Bounce off the back wall. Shifley back out in front. Waiting. Kyle Connor. Connor back out in front. He tried to jam it off the skate of Ottinger. It was stopped there. Connor had it again. Taken off his stick. Harley rimmed it around to the near side. Donoff gave it away. I have follow in the slot. And he's bumped off the puck by Heiskanen. And again, plungered back out towards center ice by the Dallas Stars. And Winnipeg will come away with a puck. Circling back in behind his own net is Shifley. He'll leave it now again for Sandberg. Didn't like the read and curtails activities back in behind his own goal. He will come out to the far side again. He's emerged out toward his own line. Tried to advance the puck. Goes off a stick. Scooped up there by Johnston. Back inside his own zone. Onto the far side. Dumped down inside that Winnipeg end. Icing washed out. Hellebuck came out to play. Gave it away. But Cole Perfetti there to help out. He spins it back in behind his own net softly. Sent around by DeMello. Onto the far side. Squeezed against the boards. Is Niederreiter. Can't get it out. Kept in by Robertson, and he'll backhand it over the glass into the meshing, and out of play it goes. And then some pushing and shoving. Labushkin with Niederreiter. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this opening period. We'll take a timeout on the ice and do the same on your radio. The score here in the first: Dallas 1, Winnipeg 0 in Game 4. You're listening to Play Now. Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey from the heart of Texas on the radio home of the Jets, Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
When the game really counts, you want to watch it on the big screen with great food and cheering fans. That's why Tavern United and Garbanzo Sports Pubs are Winnipeg's favorite destinations for playoff hockey. Want to experience a game in person? Tavern United and Garbanzo Sports Pubs are giving away tickets to the next home game. Plus, enjoy great food and beverage specials. Tavern United and Garbanzo Sports Pubs. Manitoba owned, Manitoba grown, and Manitoba proud. Can-Ed Inns thanks you for supporting local. Proudly a part of your community since 1975. Enjoy responsibly.
Care to sample our delectable filet mignon?
Oh, no, thank you. Actually, I'd love to, but my dentures have another idea.
Don't miss out on life's appetizing offerings because of ill-fitting dentures. Get set right with Shine Dental. Their expert team helps secure loose dentures while improving your oral health, making eating more pleasurable and ensuring you smile confidently. Available at Shine Dental's 1104 Pembina Highway location.
Would you like to try?
Yes, I would.
Book today and find your shine at shinedental.ca.
In today's business world, hiring and retaining staff is a challenge. But Chambers Plan Employee Benefits gives you an edge. A solid benefits plan can be the deciding factor for job seekers. 30,000 Canadian businesses agree Chambers Plan gives you the flexibility to offer comprehensive benefits with affordable, stable premiums. See how Chambers Plan can benefit your business at buychambers.ca. That's BUY chambers.ca.
Hey, this is Cole Perfetti, and you're listening to Winnipeg Jets Hockey with Paul Edmonds and Mitchell Clinton on 680 CJOB.
Winnipeg Jets Hockey brought to you in part by South Beach Casino, Boston Pizza, and Chamber Insurance. We do it to the left of Connor Hellebuck, 1-0 Dallas. Just under 7 minutes remaining in the opening period. Granlund is second from Harley and Robertson at 8:36 on the power play. Delaying dropping the puck again. Lowry will have to get a stick down first, and he wins it against Seguin cleanly. Winnipeg rotates it around to the near side. Ambling after it is Velarde. Spins it around to the far side, but nobody home. Lowry got there, took it off the stick of Seguin, but gave it away at the line. Marching into where the corner, Duchesne got twisted and turning. Still has the puck. In to help out now is Marchment. Kicked it from his skate to his stick. Back in behind the Winnipeg net. Back toward the line. Slap shot. Lindell shoots. And it's stopped by Hellebuck, and the rebound sitting there. And Hellebuck got the pad over the far side to guard that post in the far side. Winnipeg will fight for it back in behind the net. Grabbed again by the Dallas Stars. Trying to get it back out in front. Hit a body. Bounced into where the corner. And racing out of his own zone is Nikolai Ehlers. He high steps around a check. Came across the line. Stops up. Feeds it into where the corner on the far side for Nemesnikov. Back in behind the net for Velarde. Velarde squeezed out, but Winnipeg will get it back into where the slot. Onto the near side, Sandberg. Chipped it ahead. Now Pionk shoots. Deflected in front by Velarde. Stopped by Ottinger. And then backhanded by Hance out towards center ice. Got by everybody and down inside that Winnipeg end. Rantanen tried to go after the puck. Pushed back with the line. It's held. Lee and Bischel after it. Shoots. Stopped by Hellebuck with a left pad. Winnipeg will deposit the puck into where the corner. Got away with one there. Maybe as one of the Dallas Stars was upended in Granlund, the goal scorer. And Winnipeg will settle things down once again. Fans didn't like it. Out towards center ice. Neil Pionk weeds his way inside that Dallas end. Hurls back in behind the net. Rimmed it around to the far side for Luke Schenn. He'll hold the line back in behind the net. Winnipeg will control the puck. Trying to protect the puck with his big body. There is Niederreiter back toward the line. Perfetti was on the fill, but he couldn't hold the line. That puck was high velocity coming back from Niederreiter. Goes all the way down. Dadonov will take the puck. Back in behind the net off Fleury. Dadonov back out in front. Chipped away nicely by Appleton. Winnipeg starts back on a 3-on-1. On the far side, Barron. Near side for Appleton. He can't handle the pass. And it bounced into where the corner. A 3-on-1, and Winnipeg never got a shot away. To the near side. Steele. He will eject the puck back out towards center ice. Stopped again by Fleury. He sent it inside that Dallas end. Grabbed by Appleton. Shoots. Stop. Rebound. Sitting there. Tanev goes after it. Heiskanen marches it back behind the net and sends it around to the near side. Stopped again by DeMello. Into where the slot now for Tanev. Now for Appleton. Right side point. Appleton stops and starts. Appleton back for the line. DeMello shooting. Stopped again by Ottinger. Rebound is sitting there. This fourth line doing a great job. Appleton after the puck again into where the corner. And we're going to get a stoppage of play. As did one of those shots hit Jake Ottinger in the mask, Mitchell?
Yeah, it did, or at least it's come, those clasps have come undone on the backside. So once Dallas got possession, that whistle was going to go.
4:20 remaining. Yeah, 4:20 remaining in this first period. The score, Dallas 1, Winnipeg nothing. Back after these, you're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets Hockey. The radio home of the Jets, Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Rule the outdoors with Makita Outdoor Power Equipment, available at Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools. Right now and only while the Jets are in the playoffs, spend a minimum of $500 on Makita products and receive a free Makita cordless radio worth $200. Plus, get a 4-amp battery at a special discounted price. Makita lawnmowers, line trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws are in stock, too.
Shop where the professional tradespeople shop. You're always welcome here at Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools, 1557 King Edward Street.
Boston Pizza is Canada's go-to place for playoffs. So this year, we're doing more than just hoping a Canadian team wins it all.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Joe Bowen here, voice of the Leafs. Holy Mackinac, we've passed 100,000 insiders on Toronto Sports Insider. The Playoff Pulse campaign is unstoppable. Your support means 100% of Leafs playoff stream revenue keeps helping sick kids with life-saving care. Let's aim even higher. Subscribe now and join this amazing community making a difference. Together, we're showing sick kids the power of sports fans worldwide. Let's keep growing this global community.
Memorable. This is Winnipeg Jets hockey on 680 CJOB.
Jet fans, tonight's feature item of the game is check out the exclusive Barteski Whiteout Apparel Collection. Designed by local artist Kel Barteski. Choose from a variety of styles available at TrueNorthShop.com. That's official Barteski Whiteout Apparel. Jets Gear, the official team store of the Winnipeg Jets. We do it to the left of Ottinger. Scheifele's wave. Iafolo comes in, he wins it, but it sprays through that slot, goes to the far side. Randnick will backhand it out towards center ice. Dallas was going to be offside. We'll have to check up. That allows Morrissey to cruise out of his own zone. Trying to move it ahead. Missed that pass with Connor. Sent off the boards indirect to the near side for Robertson across the line on the far side. And a quick shot coming in. Blocked by Morrissey off of Randnick. Bounced around the boards to the near side. Trying to hold the line. Lindell spins it around back in behind the net. Bounce back in behind the goal. Randnick is there. Two Jets are in on him. Morrissey sidesteps a check. Gets the puck up along the boards, but not out. Now he grabbed it again. Morrissey to the near side for Iafolo. Off his skates for Scheifele. Scheifele tripped up. And he came back, grabbed the puck, pushed it ahead, got back up. They're still fighting for it now at the Dallas line. There was 3 Jets there, and finally bounced back inside the Winnipeg end. Scooped up by Seguin. He will trap that down and settle it down, put it into where the corner. Luke Shin in an awkward spot, just about gave it away to Wyatt Johnston. Back in behind the net, Fleury. Fleury escaping some forechecking by Seguin. Moved it out towards center ice. And shifting one step to his left is Iafolo. He gains the red line and dumps it in.
Nothing smooth for either team on that last shift. Puck just kind of bouncing around through the neutral zone. Nobody really able to get a hold of it.
They were talking the other day that the ice isn't ideal here as you might expect. Temperatures not as hot as they have been at home, but still warm and humid here in Texas. As per the norm at this time of year, scrumming for the puck into where the corner on the near side. Sent back for the line. Pionk winds up, shoots! And he put a slap shot right into the crest of Ottinger, who makes the save and hangs on. And we get some pushing and shoving. Niederreiter is there at the side of the net. Lyubushkin is right in his face again. Those two have exchanged words a few times already in this game. And he was there looking for a rebound, but Neil Pionk put that shot right to Ottinger. And guess what? Niederreiter was right in the paint, right in his office.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like this play by Neil Pionk, not to dust his puck off, just take the shot, get it to the net, because Niederreiter had beaten his check out of the corner and was all by himself in front of the net, kind of as that moving screen, and Niederreiter went for a little bit of a deflection. Obviously, Niederreiter getting on the board in game number 3 in this series, scoring a big goal for his team. Very nearly had another one there.
2:41 remaining in the opening period. 1-0 for Dallas. Winnipeg out shooting Dallas 10-5 right now. We do it to the left of Ottinger. Glad to have you along tonight, wherever you're tuning in from. Stars win the draw. And they will send it out towards center ice. Nikolai Ehlers, Winnipeg, looked like they stayed onside. Cross the line, sends it back in behind the net. Grabbed by Lowry, backhanded by Velarde in the net front area, and it's stopped again by Ottinger. Second great chance for Velarde to open up the scoring for the Jets as they trail 1-0. Bounced out towards center ice, and Ben will shuttle the puck down inside that Winnipeg end. Spills around to the far side. CC shot. Ricochets off some skates. Scrambling to it again is Ehlers. He will settle it down and play it back in behind his own net.
Puck really does seem to be following both Gabriel Velarde and Nikolai Ehlers in this game. They've been dangerous throughout the contest. And, Miro Heiskanen can be a one-person breakout. So can Ehlers.
Winnipeg gave away the puck at center ice, but Tanev came back and stick lifted. Granlund nicely on that back track. Played the puck into the corner for Neil Pionk. He'll play it off the boards and out toward the line. Kicked outside the zone by Morgan Barron. Winnipeg makes some further line changes. Petrovic onto the far side for Rantanen. In toward the middle for Hintz. He just missed him. Otherwise, Hintz probably had an open shot toward the net coming right down Broadway. Winnipeg back in behind their own net. Morrissey, lead pass to the near side for Appleton. Appleton didn't like the read, curls back inside his own zone. 1:20, 1-2-0 remaining in this opening period. 1-0 Dallas here in game 4 to the near side. Connor redirects it down inside that Dallas end. Heiskanen will pick it up. He moves it up along the boards onto the far side now. Duchesne. Pass for Seguin, too far for him. Sandberg back in behind his own net. Got taken off the puck, turning and firing. And there's going to be a penalty coming up for holding against Tyler Seguin. That's why Dylan Sandberg couldn't get the puck off the wall to escape that traffic.
And an opportunity here for Winnipeg to answer back on the power play.
Number 91, minor penalty for holding.
They've certainly been the better team at 5-on-5. They had a power play goal go against them from Granlund, and now power play that we talked about, 1 for 13 so far in this series. A big moment here with just under a minute left in the opening period.
So the Jets will go on the Prairie Battery power play. Your one-stop battery source is Winnipeg-born and Canadian-owned. PrairieBattery.ca. Seguin for holding. At 19:01 unofficially. We do it to the left of Ottinger. Scheifele will take the draw against Steele. Steele wins it cleanly into the corner. They rotate around to the Stars. Snapped off the boards by CC and all the way down the ice and go.
Nikolai Ehlers almost knocked that down. He's taken a second to look at his stick and make sure it's not cracked so that if the opportunity comes on the power play, he's able to convert.
Morrissey on the far side for Ehlers. Quickly through that neutral ice, he'll snap it in on that dump. Rolled around back in behind the net for Kyle Connor. Now for Scheifele, trying to get away from a check. It's off his skates, grab there. Granlund trying to get it out, a little bit of help from Steele. And he will send it all the way down the ice. Winnipeg looking like they're dumping the puck here on this power play.
Yeah, exactly what we talked about in the pregame. A little bit of a different look, just snapping it over to Ehlers on the left side.
Ehlers across the line. Ehlers will play down into the corner. Winnipeg will get it established. Far side, Connor. Back toward the line for Ehlers. Ehlers casts it back into the corner for Connor. Back door for Scheifele. Couldn't get a stick on it. Careens to the near side. Kept in by Morrissey. Morrissey had some problems with it. Now he lost the puck. Out towards center ice. 2-on-1 shorthanded. Back across the line is Johnston. But the horn will sound to end 20 minutes of hockey here tonight at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. And an excellent period for the Winnipeg Jets, despite the fact that they're down 1-0, Mitchell Clinton.
Yeah, exactly. They were easily the better team at 5-on-5 in terms of shot attempts and chances. It's just a matter of not getting anything past Jake Ottinger. But what I really like is how they've been able to get in on the forecheck and the turnovers that they've created in the Dallas zone to create some second chance opportunities as well. So, it's a game that if they stick with it at 5-on-5, they're going to get their share of chances. They'd really like to make use of the next 1 minute on the power play, get this thing even, and get that power play momentum to start the second.
Let's have a look at a brief stat summary through 20 minutes. Michael Granlund scores his second of the postseason from Harley and Robertson at 8:36 in the power play on an entry and a shot that beat Connor Hellebuck to open up the scoring, and that's the only goal so far tonight. So Granlund his second from Harley and Robertson at 8:36. That was on the power play. So Dallas 1 for 1 with the man advantage. The Jets are still on their first. They'll have a 1:01 that carries over from the first into the second on that holding call to Tyler Seguin. And Winnipeg out shooting Dallas 10-5 in that opening period. And that just tells the tale about the scoring chances that Winnipeg had. Velarde had a couple. Niederreiter certainly at the net front. A few other shots from Nikolai Ehlers, Cole Perfetti. Winnipeg was buzzing around the front of Jake Ottinger's goal.
Yeah, and that's been a hard area to get to, right? I mean, both teams take pride in their ability to defend the front of the net. That's not easy ice to get to, and the reason why Winnipeg's able to get there is the turnovers that they've been able to create, and Dallas is kind of caught in between, attacking on transition, which they were about to do on the breakout, but then Winnipeg's able to pounce.
Downstairs to Nino Niederreiter. We hope he's caught his breath. Thanks a lot for taking the time. Nino, I know you guys are down by 1 goal, but from our vantage point, from our squint up here, we really liked your period. How did you see it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we don't like the score right now, but I think overall it was a very solid, good period. And if we keep playing this way, there's a good chance we come out on top.
You had an opportunity kind of coming out of the corner there. Neil Pionk's point shot coming in. You're trying to get a tip on it. As a forward coming out of the corner, are you trying to time it with when that shot is arriving, or what kinds of things are you looking for there to know when to jump to that net front?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going in your mind. Obviously, you want to beat your D and then try to get there as quick as possible. At the same time, you want to look when the shot comes, and I wish I could have tipped that one.
A lot of line changes and juggling today. What does it say about what you guys are trying to do by giving a different look to the Dallas Stars?
I think we just try to give it a different look and try to get some offense going in each and every line. And I think so far it's been going well.
Okay, real quick, a thought on starting the second period with the man advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it's key. I mean, obviously you need to take advantage of the opportunity we have, and it's something we got to make sure we take advantage of.
Thanks a lot, Nino. Good luck for the second and third. Nino Niederreiter from downstairs joining us here as his team is trailing 1-0 to the Dallas Stars, but really, for the most part, dominated that period with zone time especially. I don't know what the analytics say. I know what the eye test says. And Winnipeg was on the attacking side of center a lot more than they were on theirs. We'll see what happens with 40 minutes still to go. First intermission report is coming up next with Kelly Moore and Dwayne Gilowoychuk. The score from Dallas, Texas. The Dallas Stars 1, the Winnipeg Jets 0 after 1. You're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets hockey on the radio home of the Jets, Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Lowry moving in, shoot, score!
Jets fans, it's your chance to win big all night long with our playoff 50-50 raffle. Get your tickets now for a shot at multiple cash prizes during the game, ranging from $1,000 to $25,000. Plus, one lucky winner will take home 50% of the total sales at the end of the series. Don't miss out. Text JETS to 20450 for your chance to win. That's JETS to 20450.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Waters, and Reliable Heating and Air Conditioning is truly a family. My parents started the business over 30 years ago, and today, me and my brother Clint are carrying it on, with customer satisfaction being priority number 1. We believe good service is affordable to all our customers, so give us a call if your furnace or AC isn't working like it should. We want you to feel comfortable 24/7. We are family strong, reliable strong, and Winnipeg strong. For details, visit reliableheatair.ca.
How has Ag Direct Hail become one of the...
This is Winnipeg Jets hockey on 680 CJOB.
Dallas Stars with a power play goal from Michael Granlund, now 3 for 8 in the series, have a 1-0 lead over the Winnipeg Jets after 20 minutes of play. And Jets fans, of course, it's your chance to win big all night long with the playoff 50-50 raffle. Multiple cash prizes during the game, up to $25,000. And one lucky winner is going to take home 50% of the total sales at the end of the series. Text JETS to 20450 for your chance to win. I'm Kelly Moore, along with the coach, Dwayne Gilowoychuk. And Coach, as Paul and Mitchell mentioned, the Jets could not have really turned in, I think, a better first period. You'd like to get a goal or two, and man, you would have liked to have had a save from your netminder. I did not like that Granlund goal at all. Did you?
No, not at all. I think it really caught him by surprise on where he released the shot from. I think he kind of, Connor Hellebuyck from a vantage point where I seen it kind of looked like that he was waiting for that puck to either be dumped in the corner or kicked out to the side, which happens so much on a power play. Like, I think he thought they were going to get set up and kind of, go to work on their power play scheme. But it's such a quick shot. I think it kind of catches them off guard. I don't know if it was deflected. I don't know know if it went straight in or if it went off the stick, but it's a goal that I'm sure Connor Hellebuyck's going to want back.
Boy, the two replays I saw, it was clean all the way. I did not see any kind of change of direction. I think, as you just described there, it just caught the netminder, not ready for the shot. Jake Ottinger, rock solid, steady in the Dallas Nets, but I think the Jets are going to have to try to pick a few corners and not try to put it right through his crest.
Yeah, the Winnipeg's had some opportunities, and they've hit them, like you say, right in the middle. They've got to make a move. They can open up some spots. I think the Jets get in tight there. They're trying to make a perfect shot, and it happens a lot as a hockey player. You get in those, tight checking games. There's not a lot of space, and all of a sudden something opens up for you, and you just kind of want to put it right through the net. They've got to find a way to put one behind them, make a move, go east-west or whatever that is, or be a little bit more patient and make them go down and maybe look for something up high.
Yeah, Gabe Velarde had that early chance and forced Ottinger to make the nice glove hand save. And as much as the Neil Pionk shot did go right into Ottinger's crest, clearly he was trying to set that up for a deflection for Nino Niederreiter cutting across the crease.
Yeah, you sure well it was. And, it's something that's a little bit of a different look the Winnipeg forwards are doing. Usually, when they go low to high with it, they get to the net any way they can. And usually it's below the hash marks. But on that play, you see Niederreiter and some of the Winnipeg Jets forwards are kind of coming a little bit higher in the slot for almost looking for a high tip that redirect it just to kind of maybe get a different layer look or a different screen on Ottinger a little bit. So there's not a lot of traffic. They're still going to send one person, but maybe get a little bit of a higher look, a higher deflection, and Niederreiter just couldn't get his stick on that shot.
At least for one period, the changes to the forward lines, where you've got Tanev and Barron playing with Mason Appleton, you've got Scheifele and Connor playing with Alex Iafallo. Adam Lowry's with two totally different line mates, and then you've got Nemesnikov and Perfetti with Nino Niederreiter. But it worked at least for one period.
Yeah, it did. It was some different looks, and as it went on, you thought maybe it was just they were going to go through 5 or 6 minutes or a certain time of the period just to kind of get the line changes, line matching to Dallas what they wanted off guard a little bit. Sometimes coaches will do that; they'll stick with two pairs of either a winger and a center, or the wingers together to try and find a little bit of a spark or catch up the home team off guard. And Winnipeg did really well. All the lines were going. They had lots of energy from their fourth line. They had some opportunities, off the rush because of it. But what he's done is, head coach Scott O'Neill's put a big body on each of those lines to create some room for the other two forwards.
Yeah, there was that nice opportunity there for Morgan Barron coming down the left side, but instead of putting it onto the tape, he put it into the skates, and Mason Appleton had a man on top of him and really wasn't able to do anything with it. But the bottom line is, in that first period, Dwayne, I think the Winnipeg Jets were able to attack with as much speed as they have been on the road all season long. So for that opening 20 minutes, was it something the Jets did or something Dallas was not doing?
Well, I think it was something that Winnipeg did right from the get-go, which made Dallas kind of be pushed back a little bit and play, on their heels a little bit. And I think it's something we haven't seen Winnipeg do against any opponent here in the playoffs, especially against Dallas in any of the games, the two in Winnipeg or the third one in Dallas. Winnipeg really started skating. They really used a lot of speed. They were connected. They got out of their zone with numbers clean. They had really low support. They used the middle of the ice a couple times, but they came up through the neutral zone without any kind of hesitation. There wasn't a lot of obstruction by Dallas because they really had to back up and defend their blue line instead of defending that red line.
All right, there is a 1-minute carryover into the second period for that first power play of the game for the Jets, and it was really noticeable. Instead of gaining the blue line and then trying to set up the Jets opting for a dump and chase, do you see that continuing?
Yeah, I think it's something they're going to get away from Dallas really defending that blue line where they really attacked kind of a quick strike at the blue line teams, we'll call it, on the PK, forcing teams to dump pucks in. But if Winnipeg can continue to do that, chip pucks in and win that foot race to get that puck possession, I think it's going to be a big advantage. But I think you're going to see a real push here. You're going to see some design set up plays that Winnipeg's been able to talk to at the break here in the period. And I think, you're going to see some direct, quick plays at the net with lots of traffic.
All right, Coach, we'll talk to you in the second intermission. In that first period, the Jets with 21 hits compared to 12 for Dallas, 3 apiece for Luke Schenn, Alex Iafallo, Adam Lowry, and Cole Perfetti. And we said we'd keep an eye on Miro Heiskanen. 4 minutes and 10 seconds, 7 shifts, 35-second shift length. So definitely easing himself into the action. The 11 shifts apiece for that pair of Lindell and Ceci, and they led the time on ice for Dallas at 9:52 and 8:30 specifically. And then also Mikko Rantanen double shifting a bit with just the 11 forwards, 10 shifts, only forward in double digits in actual shifts, and 7:29 for his time on ice. Josh Morrissey and Dylan DeMello both north of 8 minutes for the Winnipeg Jets. It is 1-0 Dallas after 20 minutes of play. Christian O'Mell standing by with a scoreboard update next on Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Welcome to the city's biggest conversation.
There's work that you have to do in order to be successful.
I'm forcing myself to smile right now to try to calm myself down because my blood is boiling for you.
And then you have to defend your actions.
There's a window of opportunity here. It's a marvel.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
It's such a huge plus.
How do you feel about it? It's not anything other than that.
Well, what did we get out of that? Do you guys know what we're supposed to do now? No.
I can't even begin to understand.
You're listening to 680 CJOB, Winnipeg's News, Today's Talk.
When you bet with Play Now Sports, goals become... Every game will feel like the big game. Bet local with Play Now Sports, the official betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. 18 plus, enjoy responsibly.
Grab your jersey. Grab your generic lager. Impressively standard beer for impressively intense moments. Brewed in Winnipeg by Little Brown Jug. Generic, the most domestic choice.
Hi, Blake Legault here from Wilfs Life Ford. Wilfs has been your independent, locally owned Ford dealership for 44 years. That's 44 years of loyal customers. And thank you for your dedication. We have amazing loyalty offers on Edge and F-150s. But it doesn't stop there. We also have 0% financing on most lines. Do you want to know why customers keep coming back to Wilfs Life Ford? Come in for a visit. Once you experience our pressure-free buying experience, I'm sure you'll keep coming back too. See wilfslifeford.ca for details.
Winnipeg Jets exclusive coverage continues on 680 CJOB and CJKR 97.5 FM Powered 97. Bet on Manitoba. Enjoy responsibly. This is Play Now Winnipeg Jets Hockey on 680 CJOB.
Dallas Stars with a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. Jets with a 1-minute power play carryover into the start of the second period. Let's check in on the scoreboard update now with Christian O'Mell. And Christian, are the Montreal Victoire and Ottawa Charge headed for another overtime? Boy, I'll tell you, Gwyneth Phillips and Anne-Renee Desbiens putting on another show.
That's right. It was a 4 overtime game on Sunday, and nobody has scored here yet tonight. 0-0 between Montreal and Ottawa. 14 minutes left in the third period. Each team with 19 shots. Each team with 0 goals, as Phillips and Desbiens have been up to the task again. That series is tied at 1. It's a best of 5 in the PWHL. During our last scoreboard update, Indiana was down 17 to Cleveland, and it was looking like, okay, the Cavs are going to extend their season. It's 80-71 Indiana now with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Pacers up 3-1, looking to advance to the East Final for the second year in a row. Blue Jays tonight down 6-3 in the 7th at home against the Tampa Bay Rays, while the Goldeyes have fallen behind 3-2 in the top of the 6th against the Kansas City Monarchs. That is a road game for the Goldeyes. And Team Canada earlier today with a convincing 5-0 win over France to improve to 3-0 at the World Men's Hockey Championship.
All right. Thank you very much, Kristen. Yeah, Canada and Sweden 3-0 in Group A, and Stockholm, Germany 3-0 in Herning, Denmark, after they picked up a 5-2 victory over Norway. Tim Stützle of the Ottawa Senators with a couple of assists in that one. 1-0. Jets on the power play when we head to Dallas for the start of the second period next on Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
You know what goes well with pizza from Santa Lucia Pizza. They've been the leaders in quality since 1971, and now they just keep winning award after award after award. So, sounds like they know a thing or two about making tasty pizza. How about this? When you're getting ready on game day, choose one of Santa Lucia Pizza's many specials or combos and find out why time and time again it's listed as Manitoba's favorite pizza.
Santa Lucia Pizza. It's all about the sauce.
If you got pain in your... Do you go to just anybody, or do you want to take your to the best? Yeah, you go with the top guy, like Dr. Jay Buenafé. He is one of the top-rated doctors on RateMD.
Approximately 1 in 10 men suffer from a condition called Peyronie's disease. It can cause pain and discomfort. Learn how Dr. Jay Buenafé can help. Book your confidential visit at buenafeclinic.com.
Tired of the mortgage rate waiting game? With Cambrian Credit Union's exclusive Best of Both Worlds mortgage, you can unweight mortgage rates. Get Cambrian's lowest fixed rate right now for a 2-year term, and choose to reset by locking into a longer term if things change. Penalty-free with no blended rates. Whether you're buying new, renewing, or even switching from another financial institution, you're in control. Apply in less than 15 minutes now at cambrian.mb.ca. Subject to credit approval, terms and conditions apply.
The official sports betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. This is Play Now Winnipeg Jets Hockey.
And we welcome you back to the broadcast booth, which is for Namath Diamonds. For your diamond engagement ring, see Namath Diamonds, a family tradition of excellence in Southdale Square. And Winnipeg will start this second period with 1 minute and 1 second with which to work in a power play. A holding call to Tyler Seguin. Long change for both teams. Jets are flying from a broadcast right to left. Second period opening face-off is for Cambrian Credit Union. Looking for a mortgage? Get peace of mind and flexibility with the best of both worlds mortgage. Visit cambrian.mb.ca.
And of course, if you're Winnipeg, you want to get yourself into that offensive zone and set up as quickly as possible here to make the most of the 1 minute and 1 second you have on this power play to start the second.
Underway in the second period. Winnipeg on the Prairie Valley power play. Josh Morrissey marches it out towards center ice on the far side for Mark Scheifele across the line. Snapped it to the near side, caught there by Ehlers, rimmed around to the far side for Connor. Kicked it from his skate to his stick, double team there, and to try to help out is Velarde. Back to where the line it goes. Handled on the backhand by Morrissey, far side of the hash for Connor, darting around. Connor, top of the circle, cast into where the corner for Scheifele. Scheifele back in behind the net. He'll march there, back toward the line for Morrissey. Walks the line, back to the near side. Hash Scheifele down low for Velarde, back for Scheifele. Scheifele, top of the circle, far side, Morrissey shooting. And it hit Velarde and cascades into where the corner. Nabbed again by Winnipeg. Scheifele back to the line, Morrissey shooting. Deflected in front, and it was stopped by Odger. Scrambled for the puck on the far side. Ehlers over there. He carves it away off the boards. He'll put it back to the line for Morrissey. Now hand it off for Connor. Into where the corner for Ehlers. Snapped it toward the net. He scores! Nikolai Ehlers banked it off the skates of Jake Ottinger. And Winnipeg will tie the score. 1:03 into the second period. It will not be a power play goal, but it's big nonetheless. And we're locked in one early into the second.
Nikolai Ehlers apparently absolutely lethal from the corner. He's the second time in this series that he's scored on Ottinger from that spot. And, you know, the power play worked that puck around well. Won a couple of big puck battles as well to keep it in the Dallas zone. And sometimes, even though you're looking for that perfect play, a couple of point shots didn't get through. Nikolai Ehlers just said, I'm sending this thing at the net. And hey, there's the reward.
It's surprised Odger will get an icing call against the Jets off the ensuing faceoff. It had to. He was cheating, anticipating the puck going into where the middle coming off that post.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, that's when that little piece of deception that players can use, right? So Ottinger knows that Mark Scheifele is coming on the backdoor side downhill. So I'm not sure if he was just trying to start his way over, and the puck ends up going off of his right leg and through his 5-hole. So I'm sure Nikolai Ehlers was using a little bit of deception with his eyes as well to make sure he's not looking exactly where he's shooting that puck.
So Ehlers will get the goal at 1:03, and Winnipeg ties it. Time of the goal for JS Furniture. Visit us online at furnitureandmore.ca. And as Mitchell mentioned, and the big operative word, the reward here for the Jets and the way they played in that first period. Back in behind the net, back toward the line. Slap shot by Appleton. He fanned on that. And the puck is ejected back out towards center ice. Fleury maneuvering back inside his own zone. Under a double team, he rolled it around to the far side for Schenn. Cast ahead on the far side now for Appleton. To the near side and across the line for Niederreiter. Niederreiter into where the corner for Fleury, who jumps up. Stops into where the corner. Rims it around to the far side. Falling after it is Perfetti. Turns and fires it back in behind the net. First one on it, Nemestikov. Nemestikov back toward the line for Sandberg. D-to-D for Pionk. Shoots! It's off a stick of a challenging Rantanen. Back into where the corner of the far side. Niederreiter with it to the forehead. Back to the line. Sandberg whipped toward the net. Stop. Rebound on the side of the net. A wraparound by Niederreiter. He ran out of real estate. Grabbed in the corner again. Perfetti back for the line. Far side for Neil Pionk. Up top now for Sandberg. Slings it toward the net. He put it over the goal. Ripped off the glass. Sent all the way down. This will be icing against the Dallas Stars.
Exactly the shift that Winnipeg needed coming out of that goal, right? You spend all that energy and all that time trying to get yourself all tied up, and you do, and Winnipeg just makes sure they didn't sit back. They got right back to it. They were able to complete a change in the offensive zone as well, and even after Nino Niederreiter had a backhand on a wraparound chance kind of thwarted by Jason Robertson, Winnipeg got to that puck again and kept working it around.
Ehlers is third for Morrissey and Connor at 1:03 to tie it at 1. Face off to the left of Ottinger. Heiskanen tried to get it out. He hit Iafallo, I believe, up in the facial area. He'll stay in the play. Far side slap shot kicked away by Ottinger. Great pass to Scheifele. And now Iafallo will go to the bench. And Winnipeg will make a change. The puck is plunged back inside that Winnipeg end. Morrissey back in behind his own net for DeMello. Nudged ahead for Scheifele. Nice move at center ice, but he lost the puck. Back the other way is Seguin. He'll one-handed inside the Winnipeg end. Foot race back inside the zone. DeMello takes a hard body check from Seguin. Came away with the puck. Tried to put it back out in front. Kept alive on the far side by one of the defensemen, and Lyubushkin, and then sent toward the net as he passed it off to his D partner Lindell, and a weak shot handled by Hellebuck. And he will make the save and hang on, and then we are looking down at the other end, and Iafallo has left the ice surface.
Yeah, he was kind of falling over as the Dallas Stars were trying to clear the puck, so the puck ends up getting flipped right into his face, and I mean, shout out to him for being able to even fire that one-timer, and I'm sure the amount of pain that he was in. He had a towel to his face on the bench. Now they're off for repairs.
Dallas will get the puck toward the front of the net, all tied up though with Seguin. He'll trip up a Winnipeg Jet along the boards on the near side, and he's going to take another penalty. And that was Nikolai Ehlers, who will go down, and Seguin will take his second minor of the night.
And they're kind of chatting to each other, are Seguin and Ehlers.
Minor penalty, tripping.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where Seguin puts the stick in the dangerous spot, which is between the legs of a player, and it gets just around the right ankle of Nikolai Ehlers, and as he's trying to turn the corner, any kind of stick there you're going to feel, especially as you try to pivot. And Seguin doesn't like the call, but Winnipeg, another power play opportunity here.
Well, the Jets are on another Prairie Battery power play, or one-stop battery source is Winnipeg-born and Canadian-owned, prairiebattery.ca. Now we have a moment as everybody's gone over to the bench. And everybody will disperse from there on Winnipeg's side and get set back up. 16:41 remaining in this second period. 1-1 is the score. Power play number 2 for Winnipeg. They're 0 for 1 tonight. But their goal came just at the expiration of that first power play. They win the draw back out in front, and a backhand shot stopped by Ottinger off Velarde, who's had 3 great chances in this hockey game. And Ottinger will hang on for a whistle.
Just a broken play there, and that puck just kind of pops out off the wall. Mark Scheifele was down on his knees when that puck was kind of coming over to him. He just pops it off the boards, and away goes Gabriel Velarde out in front of the net. The Stars penalty kill, kind of had their back turned, and good opportunity there. And then Scheifele tries to bang in the rebound at the side of the net.
And Winnipeg won the draw. Back toward the line. Morrissey, slap shot, ricochets off a stick, grabbed by Ceci, up along the boards and snapped off the boards by Lindell. And all the way down the ice it goes.
Unfortunate there for Winnipeg as it broke the stick of Sam Steele. And if Winnipeg's able to get that puck off the Morrissey shot, basically a 5-on-3.
Caught on the far side. Across the line. Scheifele drifted it around the near side. Wanted to pass it off and hit a stick. And it's sent back out towards center ice by Steele. Back pedaling back inside the zone. Morrissey, he starts some forward progression right on the tape on the near side for Nikolai Ehlers. He rocks down into where the corner, takes a body check there to help out his Kyle Connor. Smash back into where the corner, grabbed by Ceci, and he'll shuttle it with a wrist shot all the way down. Hellebuck will stop it back in behind his own net, and he'll leave it for Morrissey. 15:40 remaining, second period, tied at 1. 1 minute to go on the power play for the Jets, and Morrissey will set it up back in behind his own net. The Jets want to change.
Yeah, with Alex Iafallo in the room, Mason Appleton jumping onto the second power play unit.
Morrissey to the near side now for Nemesnikov. He'll shoot it in. Rims around on the far side. After it goes Appleton. Appleton will free it up and put it back to the line. For Pionk, walks the line to the near side for Nina Ryder. Stumbled with a puck. Passed it off into where the corner. After it goes Appleton, shovels it around for Cole Perfetti. Perfetti lost the puck, but it came back to the line. It's held again by Pionk. Far side now for Perfetti. Perfetti, saucer pass from Pionk. Knocked away with a good active stick by Rope Hintz and ejected out towards center ice.
Yeah, Winnipeg wins the battle to get the puck off the wall. A little give and go by Pionk and Perfetti, but just unable to beat Rope Hintz there.
Dump in by Perfetti. Took a funny bounce off a stanchion. Just about had Ottinger out of position. Sent out towards center ice, and Jamie Benn curling. The penalty is now over. Benn at center ice. Tried to chip and chase inside the Winnipeg end. He forced it in there. Fleury hurriedly played it along the boards to the near side. So Seguin's out of the penalty box. Jets are 0 for 2 with the man advantage. Here they come across the line, though. Sent toward the net on a shot off the rush by Barron. Kicked away with a right pad there of Ottinger. He had to be sharp. Sent back out towards center ice. Winnipeg will backhand it in. Hustling to the puck is Barron. He split the knee and shoots. And it's stopped again by Ottinger. Rebound, grabbed by Dallas. Dallas on their heels right now. Winnipeg back inside their own zone to fetch a puck. Sent around by Lowry onto the far side for Luke Shant. Up along the boards now for Kyle Connor. He turns it north, hops inside the zone. Now for Fleury, moving in, shoot! Stop, rebound! Lowry had a chance at it, and he overskated the puck. Grabbed again by Connor. He's looking for some help. Backhand, cross ice for Shen. Shen will shoot it back into where the corner. Winnipeg's all over Dallas right now. Momentum from a couple of power plays for sure. Also, they're coming off that one goal. Harley into where the corner. Stabs at it, threw it around to the near side. Bounced off the boards and all the way down. It goes by Sandberg. They wave off icing. And Dallas, all they can do is race to the bench for fuel and tires. Banked off the boards again on the far side. Winnipeg, here they come. They'll backhand it in. Bouncy puck. Connor slings it toward the net. Bounced off a shin pad. Back with the line, it's held. DeMello to the near side here for Scheifele. Trying to get into where the corner, taken off a stick by Johnston. Played into where the middle now. Here comes Michelin across the line. He'll drop it. Shot came in. Stopped by Hellebuck. And the rebound whisked away now. Nicely by Scheifele to the near side for Kyle Connor at the end of a shift. Connor will jam it along the boards. We're going to get a stoppage of play. The net has come off its pegs back in behind the play in the Winnipeg end. And it's fully dislodged. And I don't think we're going to have any penalties out of that. 13:02 remaining in this second period. The score, Winnipeg 1, Dallas 1. You're listening to Play Now. Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets. Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Boston Pizza is Canada's go-to place for playoffs. So this year, we're doing more than just hoping a Canadian team wins it all. We're manifesting it. We're planning the parade. We even got a bus. And we've got the sports bar dialed in with ice-cold draft beer and an
What's up, hockey fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for game number 4 of the Stars and the Jets. Can our Jets, can they make Canada proud and even this series up, bringing it home to Winnipeg for game 5? I sure hope so. We need you to cheer them on loud in the chat, and please hit that like button down below and share this link out. They are so important. It helps bring more hockey fans and sports fans here to our amazing community where we just passed 100,000 subscribers. Here on YouTube, we are live right now for the Blue Jays game, hence my Blue Jays garb against the Tampa Bay Rays. Live right now. Make sure you go check it out. Head on over to that one. Listen during the intermissions, maybe. Come say hi over in the Blue Jays chat. Thank you for being here. As well, it's a very, very special night. We just got the email. We are getting our plaque. It's going to be here in 1 to 2 weeks. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Can't wait to share it here with all of you right here on this channel. This is what we do. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for helping this community become what it is and achieve this amazing award. Go Jays, go. Go Jets, go. Good luck to your team. We'll see you back in the chat.
Remaining in the second period, Paul Edmonds, Mitchell Clinton with you from Dallas, Texas.
And how about Nikolai Ehlers' start to the postseason? Obviously joining partway through that St. Louis Blues series. Had 4 career playoff goals in 40 games coming into this postseason. He's got 3 now, 2 of them from angles that I don't think you ever really expect to score from. You got to get a couple of fortunate bounces, but it's something to be said for putting pucks in that. He's been dangerous in this game too, off the rush. He's been creating a lot for his line.
Winnipeg wins the draw, slapped in from center ice by DeMello. It tumbles around to the near side, pulled off the wall by Nemesnikov. Fished back in behind the net for Niederreiter. Niederreiter scrumming there along the board. Perfetti on the periphery, trying to take it out of some skates. Takes a bit of a cross check to Perfetti from Heiskanen. It rolled to the near side. Winnipeg gave up the line. And now Morrissey will arc back inside his own zone. Pass it off for DeMello into the middle of the near side. Run on the tape. Niederreiter across the line. Shoot! Walk it away by Ottinger. Sent to the near side corner. And again, lumbering out towards center ice is Rantanen. He escaped the check. Rantanen into the corner. He got hooked up slightly and off the puck by Niederreiter. There's going to be a penalty coming up to the Winnipeg Jets. And, well, partner, we try to be balanced here and let people know exactly what's going on, but that was ticky-tack.
Yeah, exactly. And Cole Perfetti, I think, felt he was interfered with on the other side of the ice.
62 minor penalty for hooking.
Yeah, Niederreiter does get a little bit of a tug on the jersey, that's for sure, but Rantanen is 6'4". He goes down on the tug. I guess a change of momentum is a little bit jarring, but either way, Winnipeg penalty kill has to go to work here.
So, power play here for Dallas, and they're on the power play for the second time. They're 1 for 1 tonight. Shot from the point, stopped, rebound in the slot, grabbed again by the Stars. Back to the line, Harley, far side, curling, Duchesne. Duchesne lost the puck, jammed up along the boards. Nice play by Pionk. Now for Lowry, and backhanded the distance. Under 12 minutes remaining in the second period. Tied at 1. Winnipeg shorthanded. Here comes Dallas sprinting out of their own zone. Rope hits down the near side and across the line. Got it into the corner. Now for Rantanen. Rantanen will send it around to the far side. Schenn goes after it, chipped it around the boards. Drifts into the corner. Winnipeg will try to get it out, and they do on the far side. And Morgan Barron will find the puck and backhand it all the way down the ice. That was a group effort by all 4 penalty killers for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, Luke Schenn just gets to a puck below the goal line, and then it's just a matter of Winnipeg's penalty kill pursuing, and still no Alex Iafallo, which is of note on the penalty kill.
To the near side and across the line, Rantanen stops up into the corner, played it back to the line. Stepping off the line, here is Harley. His pass intercepted by Sandberg, who says thank you very much, and he will again dump at the distance.
Excellent read by Dylan Sandberg there, and just stepping right in front of that pass, reading it as if he was on the Stars power play there.
Seguin through that neutral ice, 35 seconds to go in the power play. Into the corner, Marchman, a hard hit there on him by Pionk. Came back with a line. Robertson up top again for Heiskanen. Onto the far side, Heiskanen got it back again. Up top to the near side for Robertson. Robertson for Heiskanen, moving right in, shoots! And it bounced off of Tanev into the corner. Seized again by Robertson, back with a line for Heiskanen. To the near side for Robertson. High slot, Robertson didn't shoot. Drifts over to the far side, floats into the corner. Trying to get it back to the line, nobody home. And it bounced off the boards and goes out towards center ice. Here comes Dallas. They might be offside. They didn't call it. Into the slot, bouncing puck, knocked away by Winnipeg. Can't get it out though. But Niederreiter's out of the penalty box. and Winnipeg will start back out towards center ice. Lowry trucks toward that red line, will dump it in. Winnipeg wants a change. So the Jets are back to full strength. Stars are 1 for 2 with the man advantage, and we are halfway through this second period, halfway through this hockey game.
It's a good kill by Winnipeg, obviously, to keep the momentum on their side, and did so many good things, whether it was getting the clears when they needed to or just stepping in front and breaking up plays before they got dangerous.
Ben for Steele. Out of his own zone for Dadonov. Dadonov and across the line. Dadonov stays on side, far side, snap toward the net as he passed it off there for Lindell. Stopped by Hellebuck. Out into where the corner. Bodies flying there. DeMello took a body check. Puck goes to the near side. Hustling there to hold it line. His CC put it back in behind the net. Trying to put it back out are a couple of Stars. Intercepted by Shifley. Can't get it out. Velarde there to the near side. Trying to squirrel up along the boards. Shifley there. Digs it off the boards. And got it safely out towards center ice. Winnipeg making some changes now. Steele weaves back inside his own zone. Cast ahead and off the stick. There it goes. Inside that Winnipeg and off Granlund, the goal scorer for Dallas. Moved up along the boards and Niederreiter can't get it out. Stays inside the zone. Niederreiter bumps one of the Stars off the puck. Excellent play there to get the puck off of Rantanen. And Winnipeg will get to center ice and dump it in. Bischel shoots it up along the board. Shifley didn't see it, went by him. He was on a line change. Dump back inside that Winnipeg end. Sandberg ambles after it. Played back in behind the net. Scraped off the boards there, a couple of hacks. Good job by Perfetti to get away from those, and he'll fish it off the boards and send it out towards center ice. Dallas will send it right back in. Chip it in. Chip it out right now to the near side again. Perfetti at center ice. He'll shoot it in. Stopped by Ottinger back in behind his own net. He'll paddle it into where the corner. Nemestikov in after that. Nemestikov trying to free it up. Spins back along the boards and out towards center ice and goes. Off a stick. There's Morrissey. Hustles back inside his own zone, trying to shake off Duchesne and Dodge. Lead pass now for Perfetti. Perfetti at the end of a shift. He'll backhand it in deep, and then exit stage right for a line change.
Oh, Perfetti's so strong on his stick in the defensive zone. That's not hard to do when you're getting whacked and giving up the poundage, if you will, that Cole Perfetti is. But Dallas could not get him off that puck, and it allowed Winnipeg to break that puck out.
Fleury out towards center ice. Bounced off the skates there. Bob Ehlers back inside his own zone now for Shen. Moved it in toward the middle. There's Alex Iafallo. He's been surgically repaired to get back in this hockey game. He'll dump it in. Now Robertson in toward the middle and across the line for Wyatt Johnston. Johnston in toward the corner for Rantanen. Rantanen steers it in toward the corner. Got it back out in front for Johnson. And a quick shot from the side of the slot. He put it off the glove of Hellebuck and off the side of the net. Grabbed again by Dallas. Far side Johnston lost his footing. It's sent back in behind the net. Speared along the boards here again by Robertson. He will protect the puck. Put it back toward the line. Harley, far side. Dallas moves in. Shoot! Stopped by Hellebuck. And off the near side, Winnipeg will escape their own zone. Good chance to the far side. Nikolai Ehlers passed it off for Lowry. He'll dump it in. That was Lyubushkin onto the far side, then let that shot go. Hellebuck made a fine save. Here come the Dallas Stars again. Steele onto the far side for Ben. Off his stick, goes into where the corner. He gets tied up there with Neil Pionk. Puck goes in front of the Winnipeg net. Whisked away again here by Appleton. Played off the window and bounced off the window and out of play. We'll get a stoppage of play. No harm, no foul on that one. 6:45 remaining in this second period. The score, Winnipeg 1, Dallas 1. You're listening to Play Now. Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets. Power 97, 680 CJOB.
Jets fans, playoff hockey is back, and there's nothing bigger than the Winnipeg Whiteout. You can be here for every unforgettable history-making moment by becoming a season ticket member today. Experience the Whiteout inside Canada Life Center, live and in person. Get access to playoff packages and pre-sales for round 2 and beyond by visiting winnipegjets.com/memberships today. That's winnipegjets.com/memberships.
The job gets done at St. Andrews Parts and Power. The savings on Coyote subcompact tractors are big, big, big. Brad has stock of Coyote CS Series 2220 and CS 2520 tractors. Plus, get 2.99% for 72 months and a free loader. Get your Coyote subcompact tractor at St. Andrews Parts and Power, where you'll say, "That guy helped me."
And I can help you too at St. Andrews Parts and Power.
For more, head to standrewspartsandpower.ca.
Do you need more laughter in your life? Get ready for a wild time at the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, July 18th through 20th at Assiniboine Park. Get ready for a weekend packed with laughs from John Mulaney.
Wouldn't have happened on my watch.
Martin Short, Bert Kreischer, Theo Vaughn, Whitney Cummings, Jeremy Piven, Trailer Park Boys,
Decent,
Ms. Pat, Dusty Slay, and Laura Peak. Tickets on sale now at GreatOutdoorsComedyFestival.com.
Hi, I'm Colin Miller. You're listening to Winnipeg Jets Hockey with Paul Edmonds and Mitchell Clinton on 680 CJOB.
There are more than 800,000 reasons to celebrate this second round with the Winnipeg Jets 50-50 playoff mega raffle. Currently over $865,000 and growing. Win $1,000 to $25,000 cash prizes during game days, or take home half the total on this progressive pot at the end of the series. Text Jets to 20450 to get your 50-50 tickets now. Heiskanen moves in, shoots the puck, and that just grazed off the side of the net, came off the back wall, and pushed back out towards center ice. We're tied at 1, 6.5 remaining in this second period. We welcome you back to Dallas, Texas. Here come the Stars inside the Winnipeg end. Chip and chase by Harley. After goes Winnipeg, they rotate it around to the near side. Nice play by Sandberg. Pulled off the wall and scooting through that neutral ice. Here's Niederreiter. He moved it ahead for Nemestikov. Shoots it around the far side for Fetty. Bouncing puck, couldn't settle it down. Scampering out of his own zone again is Lindell, and then through center ice, it's flipped down inside that Winnipeg end. Sandberg rotated around to the far side for Neil Pionk. Up along the boards again for Perfetti. Back into toward the middle, coming in late now is Sandberg to center ice, and he will catapult it down inside that Dallas end, and Winnipeg will make a wholesale line change.
Dylan Sandberg, just efficient breakouts.
On the far side, here comes Dallas. Overskating the puck is Rantanen. Got it back toward the line. Held, though, by Lindell. Shoots through traffic. Deflected. Stop. Rebound by Rantanen. And he pushed it wide on that pushback. Back in behind the net. Winnipeg. Along the boards here, Morrissey. Trying to jam it up along the boards with some help from Iafallo. Goes back in behind the net. DeMello tied up his man. Got a bit of a bear hug. Got away with that. Morrissey into where the side of the slot for Connor. Flipped off the glass and out towards center ice. Dallas, lead pass for Granlund. He was still inside the Jets' end. Offside will be the call against the Dallas Stars. 5:18 remaining in this second period. The score, Winnipeg 1, Dallas 1. Back after these, you're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets Hockey, the radio home of the Jets, Power 97 at 680 CJOB.
Rule the outdoors with Makita Outdoor Power Equipment, available at Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools. Right now and only while the Jets are in the playoffs, spend a minimum of $500 on Makita products and receive a free Makita cordless radio worth $200. Plus, get a 4-amp battery at a special discounted price. Makita lawnmowers, line trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws are in stock, too.
Shop where the professional tradespeople shop. You're always welcome here at Mid-Canada Fasteners and Tools, 1557 King Edward Street.
When you bet with Play Now Sports, goals become... Every game will feel like the big game. Bet local with Play Now Sports, the official betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. 18 plus, enjoy responsibly.
Take control of your health today with the Manitoba Physiotherapy Association. Physiotherapists are skilled at treating a variety of conditions, including but not limited to muscle and joint pain, neurological disorders, vestibular disorders, pelvic floor disorders, and a variety of chronic health conditions. In Manitoba, you don't need a doctor's referral to see a physiotherapist in a private clinic. Learn how the Manitoba Physiotherapy Association can help you take control of your health. Click Find a Physio at mbphysio.org.
Winnipeg, are you whiteout ready? Choose Hometown Pride. Choose 1919. Brewed by Little Brown Jug, Manitoba's flagship beer since 2016. Here's to building something memorable.
Bet on Manitoba. Enjoy responsibly. This is Play Now Winnipeg Jets Hockey on 680 CJOB.
I've seen it all now, Mitchell. I just saw a guy chug a beer out of his prosthetic leg in the stands here. We're tied at 1.
The crowd loved it.
Yeah, they did. 5:18 remaining in the second period. Winnipeg Jets Hockey brought to you in part by St. Andrews Parts and Power, Wilsey Life Ford, and Windeck. Back inside the zone, Thomas Harley. Hard rim around the boards. Winnipeg will try to hold the line. It's chopped out by Sagan out towards center ice. Ehlers curls off the boards and saunters back inside the zone to the near side for Fleury. Gain center, put it into where the middle. Here comes Velarde across the line. Velarde will jam it along the boards here. Winnipeg will try to get that, and Lowry, he overskated it. Now pushed ahead. Seguin and across the line. Seguin into the corner. Stopped in his tracks there. Winnipeg, puck up in the air. Settled down by Ehlers. He will shake off a check and backhand it in and head off on a line change.
Hayden Fleury won 2 one-on-one battles along the near side wall as Dallas tried to enter the zone.
Long lead pass. Dumped in by Robertson. Rolled around to the near side. Sandberg tried to push it ahead. Stopped there by Wyatt Johnston. Now for Robertson. Robertson twisting and turning. Backhands it back in behind that Winnipeg net. After it goes Sandberg against Wyatt Johnston. Moved up along the board. Stopped by Bichsel. Shoots. Right pass save made by Hellebuck. Grabbed there by Rantanen. Back door to the near side. His shot. Robertson, he went backhand, forehand. Stopped by Hellebuck. His best save of the night to the near side. Dallas hasn't done much, but they've come on in the last couple of seconds and minutes of this second period. Winnipeg has really dominated this period, including getting the only goal of it to tie it at 1. Here comes Dallas again at the end of steam here. And Wyatt Johnston moves in, takes a pass from Robertson falling down from fatigue. And Johnston shot right into the crest of Hellebuck, who makes the save and hangs on. 3:47 remaining in this second period, tied at 1.
Yeah, you know, NHL players fatigue when they trip in the neutral zone and don't have that instant reaction to pop themselves back up on 2 feet. Robertson was just gassed at the end of this shift and still was able to flutter one over to Wyatt Johnston for a good shot on goal, but Connor Hellebuck able to get square to that.
I think Robertson tripped over the red line.
Done that to me a time or two.
3:47 remaining in the second period, tied at 1. We do it to the left of Hellebuck.
Takes me the same amount of time to get up, too.
I was always just hoping that I would slide over to the dasher boards and use the boards to help me get up. Face-off wasn't done fairly. We do it again. Oh, there was a day.
No doubt it.
A long, long time ago.
I've stopped doing the math to calculate how long it's been for me. It's just the gray that's starting to show up in my hair is reminding me every day.
Winnipeg wins the draw. DeMello, far side. Iafallo into where the middle for Connor. Connor will shoot it inside. That Dallas end from center. Winnipeg will go after it. Iafallo is there. Up along the wing and back into where the middle, and Dallas is out safely out towards center ice onto the far side. Steele. He will work his way back in behind that Winnipeg net. Still keeping his legs chugging. Stops and starts into where the corner around DeMello. Got it to the far side for Jamie Benn. Back for Steele. Taken off stride by DeMello. DeMello will move it ahead on the far side. Iafallo 4-on-2 for Winnipeg. For Connor, for Iafallo. Drops his shoulder, cuts toward the net. Throws back in behind. Out in front, quick shot by Connor. Stopped by Onger. Kyle Connor looking for his 6th to lead the team. Back to the line. Slung toward the net by Sandberg in the post. It ricochets around the board to the far side. Pionk will hold the line into where the corner for Connor. Taken off stride there and sent all the way down. This will be icing against Dallas.
What a save by Ottinger. Alex Iafallo hangs onto this puck on the rush and gets around the back of the net and gets all the Dallas defenders turned and facing that way, and that's when Kyle Connor does his best work in terms of finding some open ice, and he does just that. And one times this backhand pass, Ottinger's leg just honestly just happened to be there.
Winnipeg wins the draw. Far side, Pionk shoots, blocked away by Ottinger. Tumbled back toward the line, kept alive again by Pionk, spins it around back in behind the net. Ben will go after it. He takes a bump there into where the corner. Perfetti goes after it. Taking off his stick, moved up along the boards. 2.5 remaining in this second period. We're tied at 1 on your radio home of the Jets. Power 97 at 680 CJOB. Nemestikov across the line will back in it in. It slowly rolls back in behind that Dallas net. Lindell goes after it up along the boards. Winnipeg on the fill. Niederreiter tried to hold the line, cannot. Out towards center ice, 2-on-1. Quick pass, Granlund moving in, shoot, score. Mikael Granlund with his 2nd of the night, 3rd of the series. And Dallas, with 2:08 remaining in the second period, has regained the lead. It's 2-1 for the Stars.
Winnipeg was in good position in the offensive zone. Nino Niederreiter coming up to fill for Neil Pionk. Just the backhand. Either he doesn't get much on it, or Dallas just makes the play to be able to get it turned back up ice quickly, and that traps Pionk and Niederreiter, basically everybody except for Sandberg. And Sandberg does his best on this 2-on-1 to try to take away the pass and leave the shot, but it's a perfect wrister from Granlund into the top corner.
So Winnipeg falls behind again. Here they come across the line. Weaving inside the zone. Velarde back toward the line. Slap shot by Fleury. That's wide. Back out in front. Lowry. He's tied up there by Robertson. Came back toward the line. Turning and firing again. Here's Winnipeg. That's blocked by Harley, who curls back a little further inside his own zone. Now it's moved to the near side for Duchesne at center, crossed over the line, put it back toward the line, popped off Labushkin, and then skipping out of his own zone is Velarde, hops inside the zone, chip and chase. 90 seconds remaining in this second period. Granlund is second of the ninth, third of the postseason, 17:52, the time of the goal for JS Furniture. Visit us online at furnitureandmore.ca. Out towards center ice. Stopped there by Morrissey. Put it back toward his own line for DeMello. Moved it onto the far side. Winnipeg will curl back inside their own zone. And Iafallo. He'll gently send it down inside that Dallas end. Stars will send it off the boards, but not out. Kept in by Winnipeg. Backhanded toward the net dangerously. And it looked like Harley wanted to stop it. Tough save made by Onger. Winnipeg holds the line to the near side. Kyle Connor darting into where the corner. Slaps it around the boards, back in behind. Scraped off the boards by Harley. Moved up the boards to the near side. Kyle Connor will start that as he steals it. Got toward the front of the net, tried to pass it off for Iafallo, broken up. Back the other way, ran into the near side. Stepping in front of him was Morrissey, who come away with a block. 30 seconds to go. Winnipeg gave it away. Granlund shoots, stop, rebound, and hits banging away out of the side of the net. No rebound to be had by Connor Hellebuyck, who covers up and hangs on with 27 seconds remaining in this second period.
That dangerous play coming off the walls. Winnipeg just mishandles the puck, and there's actually a little bit of a deflection by Hintz on the Granlund shot. Granlund just kind of flips this thing towards the net, but Hintz is able to get behind Josh Morrissey and in front of Connor Hellebuyck, and he gets a little bit of a deflection on this, and it ends up coming up a little bit higher. Connor Hellebuyck does a good job adjusting to that right in front of him.
Winnipeg Jets hockey brought to you in part by Shine Dental, Mr. Reuter, and Cambrian Credit Union. We do it to the left of Hellebuyck. Lowry will take the draw against Johnston. 27 seconds remaining in the second period. 2-1 Dallas. Johnston is waved. So Ben's going to try to slap it to the near side wall against Lowry. He wins it back toward the line. Shot by Ceci, blocked by Tanev. Backhanded back into where the corner. After it goes Lowry to the near side, Pionk. Pionk will skate it out of his own zone, lead the attack at center ice and backhand it in. 12 seconds to go. Bounces back in behind the net. Haskinen takes a body check. Lost the puck. Winnipeg, Tanev, back toward the side of the slot. Whipped toward the net by Appleton. Stopped by Ottinger. Rebound back out in front. And the horn sounds to end 40 minutes of hockey here at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas tonight. The hometown Stars leading 2-1 after 40.
Good push by Winnipeg in that last kind of 30 seconds or so of the period. They get a nice clean breakout, and because of that, they're able to get into the offensive zone. And it's another period where Winnipeg likes a lot of what they've done. They get a big penalty kill partway through, and you tie the game at 1. It's just that one little mistake, and it comes back the other way, and Dallas is able to grab that 2-1 lead. Clearly not insurmountable the way Winnipeg's playing. They're generating their chances, just a matter of capitalizing.
Well, let's have a look at the stat summary through 40 minutes here. And boy, Winnipeg really liked their second period. They get the only goal for a while and then really have all kinds of zone time. But Dallas had a push near the end, and they get another odd man rush, and they end up getting a goal, the second of the night from Granlund, to regain the lead. So Mikael Granlund scores to open up the scoring at 8:36 of the first period on the power play. His second of the playoffs from Harley and Robertson. 1-0 for Dallas after one period of play. Winnipeg ties it, though, 1:03 into the second period. Nikolai Ehlers banked a shot off the goaltender from the corner Jake Ottinger, and in it goes for his third of the playoffs. Morrissey and Connor collect assists, and Winnipeg's on the board. It's 1-1 early on in the second period. But late in the second, 17:52, Mikael Granlund on a 2-on-1 shoots the puck, beats Connor Hellebuyck to the short side and to the top of the net. Granlund second of the night, third of the playoffs, and Rantanen the only assist on that. And 2-1 Dallas after that goal. That's where we sit. Dallas by 1 at 2-1 after 2. That was even strength, by the way. Power play opportunities tonight. The Dallas Stars are 1 for 2 with the man advantage. The Winnipeg Jets are 0 for 2. And for the second straight period, the Jets outshot the Stars. In the second period, Winnipeg 10, Dallas 9, 2 period totals, Winnipeg 20, Dallas 14. Second intermission report is coming up next with Kelly Moore and Dwayne Gillowoychuk. The score after 2. The Dallas Stars 2, the Winnipeg Jets 1. You're listening to Play Now. Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets. Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
From generation to generation, dairy farming has changed for the better. On my farm, we use technology to help us run things more efficiently, monitor the health of our herd, and produce high-quality milk. Because dairy farming is just as much about innovation as it is about agriculture. And I'm proud of that, because that's what makes everything we do all from a good place.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch the movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
If it sounds too good to be true, well, you know the rest. But I get it. Some deals sound tempting, like this guy.
These prices are insane. The boss has lost his mind.
When it comes to your home's heating system, do you really want to do business with a company that resorts to gimmicks like this? You could call them and see what they are really offering, and then give Mr. Furnace a call. In fact, they encourage you to call around and get quotes first, and then call Mr. Furnace. You'll see why. Give it a try. Call 204-832-6243.
You are locked and loaded to Winnipeg Jets hockey on 680 CJOB.
2-1 the Dallas Stars on a go-ahead goal by Mikael Granlund, his second of the night, third of the postseason. What a beautiful shot. And the Dallas Stars have the lead after 40 minutes of play. Congratulations to Ken. Ken didn't leave his last name, but Ken correctly predicted Nikolai Ehlers would pull the trigger on tonight's first goal of the game for Winnipeg. So, Ken, you have won a pair of single-night tickets to the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, July 18th through 20th at Assiniboine Park. Maybe text the maestro back at 204-780-6868. Or one of the members of the orchestra, at least anyway, and they'll grab your last name and we'll make it official. All right, the coach, Dwayne Gillowoychuk, joins me. And Dwayne, boy, the Jets certainly, I thought, carried the play through about the first 10 minutes or so of that second period. But Dallas, even though their second power play, I would not describe as productive. Like Winnipeg, though, I thought they gained some momentum off of it. The Jets with the goal by Ehlers and Dallas with a good finish to the period, including that 2-on-1 opportunity for Granlund.
Yeah, I thought that the Dallas power play, if you get with the period, Jets came out, they scored, they kind of carried the momentum off of, out of that power play that when they tied the game. And then as the period went on, Dallas just seemed to kind of get a little bit more, wide open. They started playing Dallas Stars hockey where it was a little bit of a track meet, lots of speed, lots of movement, lots of end-to-end rushes. And then all of a sudden they got the power play and then they carried the momentum from that. And I really felt Winnipeg really couldn't get on top of it. Even though they killed it off, they really couldn't get on top of it. They couldn't get pucks deep anymore. They were getting a lot of one and outs. Dallas was able to break the puck out a little bit more clean than they did in the first. And then it's just a bad mistake not getting the puck deep and they come down on a 2-on-1 and score.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just simply not getting that puck deep enough.
Yeah, it was just on the half wall. There was a battle on the half wall, and I think it was Nino Ryder kind of had his backhand. He tried to get it deep to get it to the goal line. They'd been out there for a little while. Dallas player knocked it down, a quick little transition, and then Dallas has kind of got the odd man rush because I believe that the Winnipeg defenseman is pinching in on the boards.
Right, and you take a look at ebbs and flows in the game, and literally just a minute or so before Granlund scores that goal, the beautiful setup by Ix Alafalo for Kyle Connor, and Ottinger makes that huge left skate save, and then Sandberg rings it off the post, and less than a minute later, Dallas has themselves a 2-1 lead rather than the other way around.
Yeah, it's just, the way the games go, momentum swings, chances back and forth, and it's a prime example. You got to capitalize when you get your chances. When you have a team against the wall and a tied hockey game, you've got to capitalize. You got to find a way to put that puck in the net. But give Ottinger, credit. He makes a big save for his hockey club, and then they get Winnipeg kind of, not being disciplined on puck management, and they turn around, they go the other way, and it's a great shot. It's a shot that I think would have beat a lot of goaltenders in the NHL.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. He labeled and Dylan Sandberg, I thought, played the 2-on-1 about as best as you can. Leave the shooter for the goaltender. And if the shooter is going to make a last-minute decision to pass, do not make it a clear seam. And by going down, Sandberg took that away. So that's what Hellebuck wants. He wants one-on-one with the shooter, and this time the shooter got him.
He sure does. If you really want to get picky about it, the shooter kind of got inside the dots a little bit when Sandberg kind of went down to take away the pass. But it's, it's what every goaltender wants on a 2-on-1. He wants a shooter. He's going to take away that one side of the ice and the odd man rush. If there's anything that maybe Sandberg could have done a little bit better is push out Granlund a little bit more to kind of cut down the angle along with Hellebuck. But Granlund did such a great job to kind of move inside the dots to get a better shooting angle. Also push Sandberg a little bit so you take away that kind of threat as a defenseman forcing you as a shooter.
Dallas with just 27 shot attempts total so far in the hockey game. 10 in the first period, 17 in the second. Even though Dallas did start to spend a little bit more time in the offensive zone, I thought the Jets did a great job defensively in keeping a lot of it to the outside, including Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job on Mikko Rantanen, and one thing you can see that they're doing is anytime he's along the wall, there's a puck battle, or anytime he comes in the zone with the puck, there's a defender on him right away, but they have support right away. If they're going to contain him, that second person comes in, they call it a second quick, come and do a little stick pop or stick lift to kind of steal the puck and get that puck to really kind of utilize him along the boards. You're not going to overpower a big man like that, so you need help, you need support, you need to defend quickly. And they've done a good job with that. And Winnipeg's done a really good job defending. They just got to find a way to get an early, goal here to get things straightened up in the third period, and then go after it.
Well, certainly one of the things we were keeping an eye on, was how Miro Heiskanen would be used in this hockey game. And just 10 minutes and 28 seconds, that's usually about a period's worth of work for him. And his shift lengths, though, went from 35 to 48 seconds, his average shift lengths from the first to the second period. He's had a total of 13 shifts so far in the hockey game. He only took 4 in the first period, or 7 in the first period, only 4 in the second period my rural BC one-room school math. Let's try that again. 7 and 6 is the distribution. There we go. But Mikko Rantanen, 19 shifts to lead Dallas, and he's played just a touch under 16 minutes. So I would think that the Stars will continue to lead heavy on him in that third period.
Yeah, they're going to want him to be a threat. Dallas isn't going to sit back. They're going to find a way to kind of keep pushing. They're going to make Winnipeg defend as much as they can. When you got a lead like this, you don't want to sit back. You don't want to give a team like Winnipeg any kind of extra momentum or any kind of sustained pressure offensively. So an easy way to do that is you get pucks in behind their D and you grind it out. You grind a period out, and that's what Mikko Rantanen does.
Alex Iafallo, boy, I'll tell you, he gets the gold star for bravery, takes that puck in the face, looks like he's going to go to the bench, and then all of a sudden the puck pops back to him, whips a shot on net, and then heads to the bench for repairs.
Yeah, and then, it was serious enough that he had to go off and get, some medical attention. So give him credit because, you get that puck in the face, you get stunned, you feel the pain, you really don't know what it looks like, how it feels, and you kind of get your eyes about you again, and you start heading towards the net, and someone yells, the puck's coming, and you just want to make sure you get it on net.
All right, so quickly, Coach, the Jets were able to manufacture some pretty good chances in the opening 30 or so minutes of the hockey game. Is there the potential for them to get that back in the third period?
Yeah, I think so. They got to reestablish that. They've got to reestablish puck possession. It starts with their forecheck, offensive zone entries. They got to have good puck management, good puck decisions, but they've got to get some traffic and sustain traffic in front of Ottinger to create some havoc and create one of those greasy playoff goals that tie this hockey game.
All right, Coach, we will talk to you during the third intermission or the post-game show. Dallas is leading it 2-1. A go-ahead goal by Mikhail Granlund, his second of the night, with just 2:08 left in the middle frame. And Granlund also leading Dallas in hits with 5 of their 22. Alex Iafallo and Cole Perfetti, 6 and 4 hits respectively, have accounted for 1/3 of the hits in the game for the Jets, who've out-hit Dallas 30-22. Gabriel Velarde, a perfect 4-0 at the faceoff dot, as the Jets have a slight 15-13 edge there. Nikolai Ehlers with 3 shots on goal for the 20 that the Jets have. Dallas has only had 14 on Connor Hellebuck, but they've made 2 of them count. 2-1 Dallas after 40. Christian O'Mall with a scoreboard update next on Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Boston Pizza is Canada's go-to place for playoffs. So this year, we're doing more than just hoping a Canadian team wins it all. We're manifesting it. We're planning the parade. We even got a bus. And we've got the sports bar dialed in, with ice-cold draft beer and an elite playoff menu. Like the guy in the movie said, kind of.
If we plan it, we will win.
So when it's game day, post up early at BP and cheer for the Holy Grail to come home.
When you bet with Play Now Sports, goals become every game will feel like the big game. Bet local with Play Now Sports, the official betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. 18 plus, enjoy responsibly.
At Namath Diamonds, we know our diamonds. But what we do better than that is find the right one that makes you say,
I love it.
I'm Joe Namath, and my family has been helping people find the perfect diamonds for over 30 years. Whether you're looking for engagement rings, custom jewelry, or repairs, we're here to help you. Because hearing,
this is amazing,
never gets old. Come see us today and we'll show you why Namath Diamonds can't be beat. Namath Diamonds in Southdale Square.
Grab your jersey. Grab your generic lager. Impressively standard beer for impressively intense moments. Brewed in Winnipeg by Little Brown Jug. Generic, the most domestic choice.
Winnipeg Jets exclusive coverage continues on 680 CJOB and CJKR 97.5 FM Powered 97. The official sports betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. This is Play Now Winnipeg Jets Hockey.
Hey, Jets fans, there is nothing bigger than a Winnipeg whiteout, and you can be here for every unforgettable moment. It's as simple as becoming a season ticket member today. Get access to playoff packages and pre-sales by visiting winnipegjets.com/memberships. Well, goals hard to come by in Dallas. 2-1, the Stars lead the Jets after 2 periods. Even harder to come by in Ottawa tonight. Christian O'Mall in the Professional Women's Hockey League.
That's right. 1 goal was all it took for the Ottawa Charge to take charge of this series. 2-1 now. They lead the best-of-5 series after a 1-0 win. Manon McMahon with the only goal of the game. Ottawa would kill off a couple power plays a few minutes later, but it is Gwyneth Phillips with the 26-save shutout as Ottawa, takes a 2-1 lead there. Also, we have a series done in the NBA's second round as Indiana rallies from 17 down to beat Cleveland 114-105 to end that series in 5 games. Game 5 between OKC and Denver just underway. The Thunder up 10 early, trying to take a 3-2 series lead. The Jays, in a real wild one, 11-9. They trail Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 9th right now. 5-4 Kansas City leading the Gold Eyes. They are in the bottom of the 8th. Canada beats France earlier today 5-0 at the World Men's Hockey Championship.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. O'Mell. He will join us after the game as well for the scoreboard update, but more analysis and reaction from the Winnipeg Jet dressing room. Will it be happy reaction or reserved? We'll find out as the third period is next. Dallas leads it 2-1 on Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Jets fans, playoff hockey is back, and there's nothing bigger than the Winnipeg Whiteout. You can be here for every unforgettable history-making moment by becoming a season ticket member today. Experience the Whiteout inside Canada Life Center, live and in person. Get access to playoff packages and pre-sales for round 2 and beyond by visiting winnipegjets.com/memberships today. That's winnipegjets.com/memberships.
Fighting crime and crime one drain at a time. There's a reason they call us Mr., as in Mr. Rooter. Every spring, our fair city is under attack by clogged drains and backed up sewers. When melting snow and heavy rains threaten to cause sewage and wastewater to back up into your home, only Mr. Rooter stands between your basement and total plumbing chaos. Call them today to clean your sewers and drains.
Born to be a hero, trained to be a plumber. That's Mr. Rooter.
You're a do-it-yourselfer, and we're here to help. Hi, I'm Mel Duick from Windeck. We're known for building beautiful top-of-the-line, low-maintenance decks. But many people don't know Windeck also supplies products for the do-it-yourselfer. And I guarantee they are the finest, safest, most proven products on the market. Like Wolf PVC decking, Inlight lighting, and Star aluminum railings. So if you have a deck project that you'd like to tackle yourself, use the products the pros use from Windeck. And do it once, do it right.
All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Winnipeg Jets Hockey Club is expressly prohibited.
Hey, this is Gabriel Velarde. Paul Edmonds and Mitchell Clinton are bringing it Winnipeg Jets hockey style on 680 CJOB.
And we welcome you back to the broadcast booth, which is for Name of Diamonds. For your diamond engagement ring, see Name of Diamonds, a family tradition of excellence in Southdale Square. So 20 minutes to get back in the series for the Winnipeg Jets, trailing 2-1. Jets are flying from a broadcast left to right. The Lowry line will come over the boards to start this third period. And Wyatt Johnston will win it back inside his own zone. No time to panic for the Winnipeg Jets. Need one goal to tie. They did so many great things. 20 shots through 2 periods. Velarde will shoot it into where the corner on the near side. Moved up along the boards. Tapped off the boards and out towards center ice by Johnston and all the way down. Icing washed out. Velarde back to pick it up.
And Nikolai Ehlers almost won the race to that puck, which would have kept it in the Dallas zone.
Swain inside the zone. Lowry threw it weakly toward the net. Stopped there by Ottinger, who's been very good tonight. Far side. Racing down the left wing boards. Dadonov will backhand it in. Winnipeg, D-to-D. Luke Schenn curls away from a check. Stops. Right circle inside his own zone. Moved it ahead for Scheifele. Into where the middle and off the stick of Iafallo, and it floats down inside that Dallas end. Rolled up along the boards, and one of the Jets in Josh Morrissey ran right into Matt Duchesne. We're going to get a stoppage of play and an icing call against the Dallas Stars. And Duchesne will argue, he's saying, hey, I got body checked before the puck was there. How can he call icing on us?
Yeah, and he may have a little bit of a point there, but Winnipeg, you know, especially when you're down 2-1, every little offensive zone face-off, every little situation in the offensive zone becomes that much more important. Try to find a way to execute here.
Into where the corner, scrambled face-off. And alley-oop out towards center ice by Dallas. And they steal the puck off to Mello. To the near side, Dadonov moving in, shoots, and he just grazed it over the shoulder of Hellebuck. Dadonov back in behind the net to capture the puck again. Broken stick into where the corner, center out in front. Couple of shots and a couple of whacks out on the far side. Stopped by Hellebuck. He was tight against the post. That came off of Rope Hintz. Hintz now for Dadonov. Backdoor far side for Hintz. Hintz curling. High slot. Dropped it back where the line. Lindell moves in. Backdoor. Chipped toward the net by Rendon, and he just put it over the net. He was all alone on the far side. Winnipeg slowly emerging out of their own zone here. And it's Dallas that's trying to make a push here and make sure Winnipeg can't come back. Scheifele takes a couple of cross checks and gets the puck inside that Dallas end. Rantanen, a pass to himself, makes a nice move around Niederreiter at center ice, crossed over the line, carves his way into where the slot got taken off the puck. Perfetti will pick that up. He'll open up, and now to the near side for Sandberg, up along the wing for Niederreiter. He couldn't fetch that. It'll be an icing call against the Jets. 17:50 remaining in this third period. 2-1 Dallas. And it's Dallas that is saying, we do not want to sit back. We want to attack.
Yeah, and that's something they did very well in game number 3 when Winnipeg was kind of trying to find their way back into the game. The high danger chances in the third period were all Dallas, 6-0, according to Natural Stat Trick at 5-on-5. So similar to how Winnipeg likes to play with the lead, they like to keep pushing forward, make your opposition come 200 feet.
Winnipeg onto the far side. They win the draw. Sandberg into the middle for Neil Piant. Cast to the head. It skips off a stick. Icing washed out. Back him on his own net. Harley will hop around and check for Lyubushkin. Up along the wing, and Lyubushkin got it again. Now he will get it inside the Winnipeg and off the stick of steel. Curling back him on his own net is Neil Piant. He will wave out towards center ice. Hand it off for Sandberg. Now for Perfetti. Chopped into where the corner in that Dallas end. Rimmed around to the near side. DeMello will hold the line. High slot. Nemestikov far side now for Fleury. Fleury moves in, shoots. And it's off a stick. It goes back in behind the net and off the glass. It deadened there. Picked up by Dallas. Moved up along the boards. Pulled off the wall now by Steele. Steele got a return pass at center ice. Through that neutral ice. Trying to go wide on DeMello. Stops up into where the corner. Put it back toward the line. And it's chopped by Bichel toward the net. That's broken up though by Tanev, who gives Lee and Bichel a good cross check as they come apart. Bichel now at center ice to cross the line. Will dispatch the puck inside that Winnipeg end. Goes back in behind the net. Bouncing puck side of the net. Grabbed by Fleury. Fleury overskated it. It goes into where the high slot. And it's touched by Morgan Barron. And one of the Stars is down over on the far side. And we're going to get a penalty coming up against the Jets. And they're going to check to see if it's 2 or 4.
And I do believe it's 4. Not ideal for Winnipeg here.
Hayden Fleury.
The penalty on play is a 4 minute double minor ice stick. The play will be under review.
Okay, it's under review.
I think it will stand. Fleury, it depends what they say. If they think it's a follow-through on Fleury trying to clear that puck, then he'll be absolved, which would obviously be a huge bonus for Winnipeg. But if not, because both he and Hintz are around the puck. So Fleury loses control, then he turns around and he tries to whack it away. But Dallas would argue that Hintz had possession of that puck, therefore Fleury can't really be shooting it, which would be pretty much the only way to negate it.
Here we go.
After video review, to call the ice is confirmed. 4 minutes, double minor, ice stick.
Yeah, kind of what you anticipated there. A tough play for Fleury because he had the puck and then almost just overskated it, or it didn't slide the way he thought it would, so he had to slam on the brakes and pivot back towards it. And in that split second, that's when Hintz got his stick around that puck. So even though Fleury is trying to get back toward it and backhand it to safety, they're going to rule he did not have possession of the puck, so he's not really shooting it. Another conversation going on between the officials at the defensive zone faceoff dot now.
Faceoff will happen to the right of Connor Hellebuck. The Big Jets hockey brought to you in part by JS Furniture, Name of the Diamonds, and the Manitoba Physiotherapy Association. Power plays 3 and 4 for Dallas. They are 1 for 2 tonight. They lead 2-1, 16:34 remaining, third period. And Winnipeg will win the draw. Sandberg rolling around, back him on his net, onto the far side. I follow, and he'll force it out towards center ice. Harley passes back inside his own zone with some speed. Rope hands through that neutral ice. He will flop it down inside that Winnipeg end. Picked up by Piant, slapped around the boards to the near side, and backhanded out around Robertson by Iafallo and out towards center ice. Here comes Hintz to the near side for Robertson. Robertson will capture the puck, played back in behind the net. Rolls around, pinching down along the boards on the far side. Rankin played it back in behind the net. Rope Hintz trying to get it out in front. Intercepted by the Jets and wristed all the way down the ice by Neil Pion.
Good sticks by the Jets in and around that crease area, taking away passing lanes and then able to knock a pass off track, and then Neil Pion's in the perfect spot to get that down the ice.
Granlund with 2 goals, shoots it inside the Winnipeg end, stopped by Hellebuck with the paddle down. It goes into where the corner. Granlund, the first one after that. He'll play back down low, back on in front, quick shot off a shin pad, blocked, I believe, on the near side by Shen. That came off of Marchman's stick, back toward the line, held by Heiskanen to the near side again for Granlund. Up top, Heiskanen shoots, blocked again by Tanev. It ricochets out towards center ice, carried there to the red line by Nemesnikov, and he will send it down inside that Dallas hand. Tanev was a little shaken up, but he got himself up off the ice and over to the bench. Granlund through that neutral ice. Knocked off his stick, but Heiskanen will follow up and hold the line. Near side for Granlund. Back toward the line again for Heiskanen. Onto the far side for Seguin. Seguin hops in toward the corner. Stick handles, put it back for the line. Heiskanen, D to D to the near side for Granlund. Up top for Heiskanen. Heiskanen gave it away. Kyle Connor will dart in. Partial break. Connor shorthanded. Moving in. Connor the backhand. It's stopped by Ottinger. Connor went to the backhand and he tried to slide it past Ottinger, who made another pad save on Kyle Connor, the second of the hockey game. That would have been a huge goal for the Winnipeg Jets, shorthanded here. Still 1:52 remaining in the double minor. So one of the penalties has expired to Hayden Fleury to the near side. Robertson trying to jam it along the boards to get it in. He does. After it goes, Iafallo sends it back in behind the net. Knocked it back toward the line, held by Harley. Harley into where the slot for Hintz. Back for Harley. Onto the far side. Controlled again by Rantanen. Into where the slot. Wyatt Johnson moves in. Shoot. It's off a stick of Iafallo and tumbled over the net. Grabbed into where the corner again. Rantanen back toward the line. In some skates. Winnipeg will back hit it toward the line, but not out. Kept in by Johnston. Johnston into where the corner. Back toward the line for Harley. Harley left side point. Back for Johnston into where the corner. Back toward the line. Harley walks the line. Far side for Rantanen. Rantanen stick handling up top again for Harley. Harley for Rantanen. Top of the circle, far side. He forced it into where the middle. Popped off a skate. Right back for Rantanen again. He curled into where the corner, stops up, plays it back in behind the net. Got a return pass, back for the line for Harley. Near side, Johnson shoots, and it's stopped by Hellebuck. And he'll juggle it and then catch it out of the air with a dropper and hang on. 46 seconds remaining in the double minor to Hayden Fleury. 13:20 to go in the third. 2-1 Dallas.
A lot of positives for the Winnipeg Jets on this penalty kill. Obviously, the shorthanded chance, that's part of the reason why you have Kyle Connor on the ice there. He could turn any turnover into a great chance at the other end. Ottinger just makes the save, but in the defensive zone, even as a tired group of penalty killers, Winnipeg able to stay positionally sound, not allow much into that middle ice. They give up the shot from the flank, but Connor Hellebuck was ready for it.
Winnipeg wins the draw. Splash around the boards by Sandberg, and all the way down the ice it goes. 35 seconds left in the double minor. And power plays here for Dallas. They'll skip out of their own zone, and Granlund with 2 goals tonight. He'll move it ahead for Duchesne. Duchesne knocked off the puck, finds it again in the slot, and he didn't shoot. He got forced into where the corner. Gets it to the forehand, back for the line for Heiskanen. Heiskanen will walk the line to the near side. Duchesne rolls off the board. Put it through the slot area. Looking to get it over to Marchman on the far side. Marchman will dig it off the wall, back for the line. Heiskanen, near side Duchesne. Moving right in, shoot. He hit the post. He bounced it off the post, back for the high slot. Far side slap shot, they score. It's a hat trick for Mikael Granlund. And it's 3-1 for the Dallas Stars. Second power play goal of the night.
Yeah, the Jets were 3 seconds away from killing off that entire double minor. And of course, Matt Duchesne has the great look with the shot that goes off the post, but Dallas is the team that's able to corral that loose puck. You always hear Winnipeg talk about retrievals on their power play. Well, it's obviously an important habit for the Dallas Stars as well. And they get that puck back and work it around. It's a sharp angle shot from Granlund, but I tell you what, it's about as perfect as it can be. Just over the glove, short side on Connor Hellebuck. Just an incredible game for Granlund continues.
So Mikael Granlund with 3 goals tonight and now 4 in the postseason. Second power play goal of the night for Dallas. They're going to have to clean up the hats as they rain down. 7:23, the time of the goal. Time of the goal for JS Furniture. Visit us online at furnitureandmore.ca. 3-1, largest lead of the night for the Dallas Stars. 12:37 remaining in this third period.
Kyle Connor is going to be thinking about those 2 chances that he had. I mean, a goal scorer among the best in the National Hockey League. He has the high standard for himself that he wants to finish on every single opportunity that he has. And Ottinger just had the answer at the other end on 2 high-quality chances for Kyle Connor. And now Winnipeg down by 2. Still 12:37 to go, but obviously they're going to need to figure out a way to get some pucks past Ottinger here.
So we line it up at center ice. Just a perfect pass on the far side, and Granlund, a one-timer. And he is elated with his night and a hat trick in the postseason. And just the way Dallas has started this third period, they really wanted to step on the throat of the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg's had such a tremendous game and big chunks of it tonight. 12:37 remaining in this third, as Mitchell mentioned. Still time to go, but Winnipeg will need one just for a momentum swing and to buoy the confidence here as well. Scheifele will take the draw. They've reunited the Connor, Scheifele, and Velarde line. Dallas wins it, sends it around to the far side. It rims all the way back out towards center ice, and Lindell with it now. Pitched it ahead into the middle for Jamie Benn. Flies inside the Winnipeg end, shooting! And it was stopped by Hellebuck. He didn't know where the rebound was. Benn back for the line. CC shoots. That went wide. Rebound. Chipped along the boards. Winnipeg can't get it out. Shen into where the corner of the near side. Now Dodonoff trying to get it back out in front. That's broken up. Dodonoff into where the corner again. Stops up at the hash marks to the near side. Shoots, deflected in front by Steele. And it's shot toward Hellebuck on a redirect between his legs by Sam Steele, and Hellebuck will make the save and hang on. Winnipeg Jets hockey brought to you in part by Reliable Heating and Air Conditioning, Prairie Battery, and Jacuzzi, Manitoba. 12 minutes exactly remaining in the third. The score, the Dallas Stars 3, the Winnipeg Jets 1. You're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets. Power 97, 680 CJOB.
You know what goes well with pizza from Santa Lucia Pizza. They've been the leaders in quality since 1971, and now they just keep winning award after award after award. So, sounds like they know a thing or two about making tasty pizza. How about this? When you're getting ready on game day, choose one of Santa Lucia Pizza's many specials or combos and find out why time and
What's up, hockey fans? How are you this evening? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight for the Stars and the Jets game number 4. A great game. Here's Tom hanging out in the background. Tonight is a very special night. We have been working on something for quite a while here, and I want you guys to check this out. We're testing things out tonight. Please check out our new profile on social media that we're just launching today. Millions.co. Check us out. There's going to be a lot of cool things coming up on Millions over the next few weeks, as we've been working on this now for about 2 months with Patty and Co. up there in Canada. Go Leafs go. Go Jays go. Go Jets go. Come on, Jets. We got to get back in this series and tie this thing up. Thanks for checking out our page over there on Millions, and look forward to seeing you over there as well. But thank you for being here on YouTube on the same day that we got notice of our plaque being shipped. How cool is that? Let's go. We'll see you back in the chat. Yeah. You excited, Tom?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Line. He got stopped at the line. Winnipeg will get it back out towards center ice. Ehlers scoots inside the zone. Got forced back out towards center ice. Plays it to the near side for Neil Pionk. And Pionk will sway into the middle now for Ehlers again with some speed. Through that neutral ice, moves across the line, shoots! As he slung it toward the net, and he put it off a stick and wide. Over to the far side, Granlund will push it safely out towards center ice. And it floats back inside that Winnipeg end.
Well, Nikolai Ehlers looking dangerous again, getting access to that middle ice. Just that snapshot that he was trying to get off of the top of the circles went off someone.
Winnipeg out in front. Morrissey whipped it toward the net. Stop. Rebound. They're digging away at it. It goes off a stick. It's held by Shen. Far side now again for Morrissey. Moving right in. Shoots. It's kicked away again by Onger. Oh, Onger's having a heck of a game. He is the difference in this game tonight. Out towards center ice it goes. The puck is ejected. Winnipeg carving their way back inside the zone. Iafolo trying to get inside and out. They're on Bishop. Jammed it with a stick. Falls to the far side. Petrovic up along the boards and all the way down. Icy will be washed out. Swept away by Connor Hellebuyck at the side of his net for DeMello. Breakwad on the far side now for Fleury. Tried to zip it ahead to the near side. Digging that off the wall. Here is Niederreiter just outside that Dallas blue line. 10:20 remaining in this third period. Jets back towards center ice. Far side for Fleury. He'll shoot it in. Rolled around to the near side for Harley. Back toward the line. Stopped by DeMello to the near side for Niederreiter. He backhanded it toward the net. That was stopped by Onger. Rebound grabbed by Perfetti. Back toward the line. Fleury shoots. Deflected in front just wide. Grabbed to the near side again. Out toward the line. And Heiskanen will make sure it got off the stick of Perfetti and out safely to center ice. Shot right back in by Fleury. Rolled around to the near side. Two Jets were there, but they overskated the puck. Fleury back inside his own zone to collect it. Curl back in behind his own net. He will then move it to the near side. Appleton will pick it up at center ice. Softly sends it down inside that Dallas end. Grabbed by Petrovic. Tried to pitch it off the wall. Gave it away. Tatum falling down. Shoot. Stop. Rebound. And Onger will haul it back in with Morgan Barron looking to jam it home from the near side. 9.5 remaining in this third period. Timeout on the ice will do the same on your radio. There's some urgency in the Winnipeg Jets game right now. 3-1 Dallas. You're listening to Play Now. Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets. Power 97, 680 CJOB.
Experience the excitement at South Beach Casino and Resort as we celebrate 20 fantastic years, and we have you to thank. So come be a part of our 20th anniversary event. Get in May 16th. You could win a chance to spin our 20 times prize wheel and come up 10 grand richer. The 20th anniversary celebration is on at South Beach Casino and Resort. For details, visit southbeachcasino.ca. Good times to be had at South Beach Casino and Resort.
The job gets done at St. Andrews Parts and Power. The savings on Coyote subcompact tractors are big, big, big. Brad has stock of Coyote CS Series 2220 and CS 2520 tractors. Plus, get 2.99% for 72 months and a free loader. Get your Coyote subcompact tractor at St. Andrews Parts and Power, where you'll say, that guy helped me.
And I can help you too at St. Andrews Parts and Power.
For more, head to standrewspartsandpower.ca.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Waters, and reliable heating and air conditioning is truly a family. My parents started the business over 30 years ago, and today, me and my brother Clint are carrying it on, with customer satisfaction being priority number one. We believe good service is affordable to all our customers, so give us a call if your furnace or AC isn't working like it should. We want you to feel comfortable 24/7. We are family strong, reliable strong, and Winnipeg strong. For details, visit reliableheatair.ca.
The official sports betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. This is Play Now Winnipeg Jets Hockey.
Stay tuned for the game's 3 stars for Shine Dental. Don't miss out on life's appetizing offerings because of ill-fitting dentures. Get set right with shinedental.ca. 3-1 Dallas, 9:30 remaining, third period. Dallas leads the series 2-1. Game 5 set for Winnipeg at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday night. Hintz is going to take the draw against Velarde. Velarde's waived. Nikolai Ehlers will come in, and now Hintz is waived.
Faceoffs have been quite the production in parts of this game.
And now Lowry comes in as Ehlers was waived. And Granlund will take the draw against Lowry. We might be their defenseman here before we actually have a clean face-off. Now they get it down. And scooting out towards center ice is Granlund. Moved it ahead. And Hintz is going to be offside. We're going to stop it to play. And a neutralized face-off. So we get to do that again.
Can't wait. And, you know, we'we've seen the urgency in Winnipeg's game for sure. Like this line with Lowry, Ehlers, and Velarde have absolutely had their looks over the course of the game. The Scheifele lines had some great opportunities. Obviously, the Kyle Connor one at the top of the crease as well. It's just a matter of trying to find a way to beat Jake Ottinger. Usually you try to get some traffic in that regard. That's one of the ways that Winnipeg always talks about trying to find a way to beat a goaltender. Throw some traffic in front of them and make them work around those screens.
Morrissey for Luke Schenn to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Tumble around the top of the dashboard into where the corner is trapped there by Ehlers. He is rubbed out along the back wall by Lyubushkin, and the puck is flushed all the way down the ice. This will be icy against the Dallas Stars. Show us how you celebrate the Winnipeg Jets whiteout presented by Princess Auto for a chance to win tickets to a 2025 playoff game. Show the Jets how you do the whiteout with decorations, costumes, or any other way to cheer on the Jets at winnipegjets.com/whiteoutmania for a chance to win tickets or to be featured in team content.
Seen Josh Morrissey paired with Luke Schenn a little bit the last few sequences here.
Back toward the line, far side, chance, stop, rebound. Ottinger made another save, that time on Scheifele. Scheifele gathers up the rebound, sent it back toward the line, but nobody was there, and the puck will slide off the boards and all the way down the ice. Oh, excellent saves here for Jake Ottinger. Those two legs and those two pads have been really his bread and butter tonight. We'll get an icing call against the Jets.
Winnipeg gets the look that they wanted off this set play off the dot. Mark Scheifele gets over there in time. Not sure if he wanted to one-time it, but had to corral it because of where the pass was. It allowed Ottinger just another half second to get himself set. Seen Scheifele score on Ottinger from that spot earlier in this series. Coming off the bench was Scheifele, and he whipped it low just under the glove.
Face off to the right of Hellebuck. And Winnipeg will get the puck. Kyle Connor will try to get it out. Jammed along the boards. 3 Jets are there. One there by Morrissey. Escapes some pressure and a pile to the near side for Luke Schenn. Turns and slipped and fell. Got the puck back again. Break wide on the far side. Too far for Connor. Trapped now by Dallas. Sit back inside their own zone. Haskin into center ice. He'll shoot it in. Rolled around to the far side. Picked by Perfetti. Deep inside his own zone. Protected by Sandberg. Sandberg to the near side for Scheifele. Chipped ahead Perfetti. Through the neutral ice. Dropped it to the far side for Connor. Connor tried to get it back out in front. Hit the skates of Wyatt Johnston. Goes to the far side. Taken there by Duchesne with a backhand. He'll throw it out as he shovels it into where the neutral ice. Winnipeg back out at center ice. Cole Perfetti trudges back inside the zone. Puts on the brakes. Jams it into where the corner to Mistikov. Spins it around to the near side here for Neil Pionk. Pionk will cast it into where the corner for Niederreiter. Back for Pionk. Slap shot through traffic. And that's blocked in front. Jammed along the boards. Winnipeg will hold the line. Back toward the line here for Neil Pionk. Moves in. Shoots. Deflected net front by Niederreiter. Just put it over the net. Carved his way into where the corner on the far side. There is Rantanen. Multi-point night again here tonight. And he will plunge the puck out towards center ice.
Well, Winnipeg took my advice. They got the traffic to the front of the net on Ottinger. A couple of deflections there, but nothing quite hitting the net, but a good shift.
Dump back inside that Dallas end. Velarde taking off the puck. Chipped off the window and out towards center ice, and Sam Steele will sit it down inside that Winnipeg end and rides up along the glass into the meshing, falls back down onto the ice surface, and we'll get a stoppage of play. Rantanen has 1 point tonight, and it is Thomas Harley that has 1 point as well, so they have points in consecutive games. Granlund has the 3-goal night for the Dallas Stars, his first career playoff hat trick.
And that goes along with Mikko Rantanen's hat trick back in game number 1, and that was the thing coming into this series, right? Mikko Rantanen had been a big part of the majority of the offense that Dallas was able to create, but you started to see a little bit in Game 3. That depth started to find the back of the net for the Stars. Some of the other cast of characters that helped them get to this point, and now tonight it's been the Granlund show.
Puck is backhanded back inside that Dallas end. Harley will snap it around on the far side. Steele will try to get it out. Bouncy puck came out, and now a 2-on-1 back the other way on the far side. Marchment moving in, takes a pass from Seguin, and his shot kicked away by Hellebuck. Winnipeg will expel that puck back out towards center ice. Marchment takes a hard hit on the far side there from Lowry. Lowry goes after Marchment and gives him a little tug, and play continues. They'll try to separate them. Winnipeg towards center ice in the backhand there. Lowry absolutely stopped Mason Marchment right in his tracks with a body check, shoulder to chest at center ice to the near side. Morgan Barrett back in behind that Dallas net, scraped off the puck, moved along to the near side. Granlund with 3 goals tonight to the near side now for Rantanen. Rantanen across the line. Rantanen back toward the line. It's held there. He got it back again from Lindell. Lindell now takes a pass from Rantanen. Quick shot toward the net. Glove down by Hellebuck. He'll hang on for whistle. 5:50 remaining in this third period. The score, Dallas 3, Winnipeg 1. You're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets. Power 97 and 680 CJOB.
Hey Jets fans, get ready for the Winnipeg Whiteout with Jets gear and TrueNorthShop.com. Choose from a huge variety of official Winnipeg Jets Whiteout apparel, headwear, novelties, and more. Need a new white hat, t-shirt, pants, or a jersey? We've got you covered.
Moving in, shooting, score!
Shop online at TrueNorthShop.com or by visiting one of our Jets gear store locations.
When you bet with Play Now Sports, goals become... Every game will feel like the big game. Bet local with Play Now Sports, the official betting partner of the Winnipeg Jets. 18 plus, enjoy responsibly.
There's nothing quite like the playoffs. And there's no better way to enjoy the games in the comfort of your own home. Top shelf, baby! JS Furniture wants you to break away with these amazing deals. Save up to 40% off 4 model recliners and select reclining sofas, so you can watch every hit, shot, and celly. JS Furniture, serving you for over 50 years. 1725 Ellis Avenue in Winnipeg, and now open in their new location in Portage la Prairie. Visit furnitureandmore.ca.
Noble, proud, feathered to stay warm. Goes great with watching hockey. Turkey, perfectly Canadian. Buy Canadian turkey and support Canadian farmers like me.
Hey, this is Josh Morrissey. Paul Edmonds and Mitchell Clinton are bringing it. Winnipeg Jets hockey style on 680 CJOB.
5:50 remaining in this third period. 3-1 Dallas. Jets are out shooting the Stars 28-21. Shots on goal totals for Dr. J's Men's Sexual Health Clinic. Need to perform better in the bedroom? See the top-rated doctor on Google and rate MD. Visit Dr. J at WinnipegClinic.com.
Yeah, just another one of those games where Winnipeg likes a lot of what they've done. It's just they haven't gotten the reward outside of the Ehlers shot. It could be a frustrating place to be.
Back toward the line. Face-off win. CC into where the corner. Far side for Rantanen. Back toward the line. CC slung toward the net. Glove down by Hellebuck. And he'll hang on for whistle. 5:39 remaining. Third period. 3-1 Dallas. 8:30 Thursday night. Downtown Winnipeg, Canada Life Center. Game number 5.
And if Winnipeg's not able to mount the comeback in this one, obviously that game takes on even more importance. So no doubt Winnipeg will be looking forward to getting back in front of their own fans. They're 5-1 in that building in the postseason.
Dallas back toward the line. Lindell shoots. Glove down by Hellebuck. And he'll hang on for a whistle.
For the second straight game, we're seeing Dallas in the third period. They gave up the shorthanded chance, absolutely, on special teams there. But in the third period, just sticking with the aggressive play, making sure they make Winnipeg come 200 feet. They've been really good defensively. Odgers had to make some saves, absolutely. It's part of the team, and Winnipeg's pushing, but they've spent a lot of time in Winnipeg's zone.
Dallas wins their third consecutive face-off inside the Winnipeg end. They roll it around to the near side. Arcing off the boards is Rantanen. High slot, dropped it for Lindell. Passing over the corner now for Hintz. Center out of the far side. Skipping after it, Kyle Connor digs it off the wall. Put it into the middle, and now Iafolo to the near side for Neil Pionk. Joins the rush. He'll tap it in from center ice. After CC, rolled it up along the boards, but not very far. Winnipeg will scrub forward, centering it back toward the high slot. Connor moves in, shoots, blocked, rebound. And carving his way out towards center ice is Hintz. Floated a pass, far side for Rantanen. Coming in late, Lindell back out in front for Hintz. And a redirect is gloved down by Hellebuck. And then Lindell took a shot at somebody. Mark Scheifele goes after somebody. There's punches being thrown as Scheifele had his helmet removed from Roope Hintz.
Yeah, tempers have kind of been flared. It's a close game, so Winnipeg and Dallas really haven't gotten into this as much. It's been physical once again.
Dallas penalty 14, 2 minutes roughing.
14, Jamie Benn.
Yes. And obviously a big moment in the game here. If Winnipeg can just find that elusive power play goal, all of a sudden you're back within one. So it's obviously a big moment. They're going to, I half wondered if they were going to take a timeout just to give that Scheifele line some time here, because they'll be jumping out on the power play, and they were just on the ice. But Mark Scheifele, I think, might be in need of some helmet repairs, so it's almost acting as a timeout.
So Ben takes the roughing call. It was he that ripped the helmet off of Mark Scheifele. But Lindell was there. Hintz was there. Jets go on the power play for Prairie Battery. Your one-stop battery source is Winnipeg-born and Canadian-owned. PrairieBattery.ca. Face off to the left. Bob Ottinger. And Velarde will take the draw. Jets need a power play goal here. Center out back in behind the net. Great body check as Ehlers absolutely rocked CC, prevented him from getting the puck out. Winnipeg controls inside the zone. Scheifele back toward the line for Connor. Connor stick handling. Ehlers back out in front quickly off the skate of CC. Just went wide. Sid went back toward the net. Stop, rebound, and it's wristed all the way down the ice by Lindell. Quick up now for Hellebuck to Connor. At center ice, Velarde gave it away. Hintz coming right down Main Street, and he stumbled with a puck. It was scraped off his stick. That wasn't a design play for Winnipeg. And Velarde can't handle the puck at center. Wyatt Johnston maneuvers back inside the Winnipeg end. And the Jets, discombobulation continues with a man advantage. Now they settle it down. And Velarde back inside his own zone. It was supposed to be a drop for Scheifele, but nobody knew it was coming on that chance for Hintz that he never got a shot away on. Winnipeg will get it down inside that Dallas end. Under 4 minutes remaining in this third period. Stars by 2. Still time left to go. 45 seconds on the power play. And it's rimmed around the boards here by Lindell. And the puck escapes that Dallas end and goes all the way down inside that Winnipeg end.
Yeah, it's almost like on that play, Winnipeg got caught between a couple of different plays to run through the neutral zone, and they went with the bump back, and Velarde was thinking one thing, and everybody else was thinking something else.
Abelin back toward the line for Pionk. On the far side for Nemesnikov. Nemesnikov stops and starts into where the corner on the far side. Moved in, shoots from a bad angle. That stop. Rebound whisked away here by Hintz. Can't get it out. Stolen there by Appleton. Appleton rolls off the board, shoots, and he ripped it wide. Good chance for Winnipeg. Perfetti trying to hold the line on the near side. In behind him is Pionk. Far side, Nemesnikov shoots for traffic. Stop. Appleton turns. Appleton for Pionk, shoots. And it's into the crest of Ottinger. And he'll hang on for a whistle. Penalty is over. And the captain, Jamie Benn, is back on the ice surface for the Dallas Stars. Winnipeg is 0 for 3 with the man advantage tonight and 1 for 16 in this series.
Yeah, not ideal. Obviously, they've had some great opportunities, have the Winnipeg Jets, and power plays at key times, and just haven't been able to find the back of the net. It's no doubt been frustrating for that group. The Scheifele unit not really able to get themselves set up, and you don't win that first face-off. It can sometimes, kind of put you on the back foot for a little bit, and entries have been a bit of a challenge for Winnipeg against the Stars PK.
So a timeout called And Winnipeg will also pull their goaltender. Connor Hellebuck will go to the bench for the extra attacker. Michael Granlund, 3 goals tonight. His second, third, and fourth of the playoffs. Nikolai Ehlers has the only goal for the Jets, his third. Winnipeg, if they don't come back here with 2:51 remaining in this third period, down by 2, will face elimination on Thursday night at home.
And we know the success Winnipeg's had at 6-on-5 this year and in the postseason, so you can rely on that a little bit. But to me, it all starts with a face-off win here, and Davis Payne drawing things up for the players there. But the play that's kind of been there that Winnipeg's been looking for a couple of times on the power play between Mark Scheifele and Nikolai Ehlers is a little bit of a cross-crease play. So I wonder if they end up trying to find that, but obviously extra bodies on the ice at 6-on-5.
As you mentioned, the Jets have scored in a couple situations like this. Dallas has given up 4 6-on-5 goals in the playoffs this year. Winnipeg wins the draw. 6-on-5. Scheifele back toward the line for Morrissey. Into where the slot for Nikolai Ehlers. Turns. Passes into where the corner for Connor. Connor back for Morrissey. Morrissey for Ehlers. Slap shot. Glove down by Ottinger. And he'll hang on for a whistle.
Glad Winnipeg got a puck to the net there. They were kind of working it around, trying to find a lane, and then Velarde was able to get himself net front in front of Ottinger. Had a couple layers of screens. Adam Lowry just a little bit off to the right, and then Gabe Velarde right in front of Ottinger, and Stars goaltender still able to spot that puck coming through off the Ehlers one-timer.
Face off to the left of Ottinger. Scheifele will take the draw against Roope Hintz. Hintz has to get a stick down first. Scheifele's going to be waived. Trent Knorr has won no friends tonight in dropping the puck. Velarde, he'll win it. Connor back toward the line for Pionk to the near side for Connor. Wristed toward the net, that one wide. Scampering after it, first touch, Velarde far side. Morrissey up top, Pionk to the near side now again. Whipped toward the net by Connor. Stopped by Ottinger from the near side half.
There just hasn't been any rebounds or second chance opportunities for the Jets forwards that are standing right in front of Ottinger's second consecutive play, where Velarde's been that net front presence and Nikolai Ehlers is there in support as well. But that shot from Connor just gets absorbed by Ottinger.
Velarde will take the draw again against Hintz, and he wins it cleanly again. For Kyle Connor, darting around, scraped off the puck, and it falls out towards center ice. And Pionk will just shovel it back deeper inside his own zone so Winnipeg can maintain possession. 2:10 to go in this third period. 3-1 Dallas. Jets on a 6-on-5. Scheifele slithers inside the zone. Dropped the puck back toward the line. Pionk gave it up. Now Granlund toward the empty net. Granlund up in the air, and he can't find it. Winnipeg will push it ahead. Scheifele turns it north. Crossed over the line. Tried to get it into where the slot. Broken up by Hintz. Sent out towards center ice. Nabbed again by Ehlers. And he'll arc back inside his own zone. 1:40 remaining in the third period. Ehlers slaps it in from center ice. Hard rimmer on the boards to the near side. Jammed off the boards here by Lindell. Falls out towards center ice. Sent back in behind the net for Winnipeg. And Neil Pionk will settle it down.
Fans chanting USA, and all 3 of their goals have been scored by a Finn, but nonetheless.
Hamilton on the far side. Snapped in by Sandberg. He goes toward the front of the net. Out in front, and quick shot stopped off of Niederreiter. I don't think that Ottinger knew where it was. Winnipeg and Lowry. Spins back toward the line. Trying to hold it is Perfetti on the near side, and he can't. And it just spills back out towards center ice. 1 minute to go. Snap back inside the zone. Stopped by Ottinger. Ottinger will send it around into where the corner. Tumbled around by Steele, not out. Kept in by Perfetti. Floated a wrist shot toward the net, went over the net. Grabbed there by Niederreiter. Sent back in behind the net. Knocked down by Appleton. Knocked out in front. Trapped now by Sandberg. Shoots, and he put it wide. Tumbled into where the corner. Steele off the boards. Into where the middle for Lindell. For Wyatt Johnston. And a backhand toward the net from center ice. Just missed. 30 seconds to go. Pushed ahead here again. Niederreiter to the near side for Appleton. Stuffed it inside that Dallas end. Nemesnikov goes after it. 20 seconds left. Fans are on their feet. sent back in behind the net, rolled around to the near side. 17 seconds to go. Spinning off a check for Perfetti. He threw it around to the far side, Nemestikov. Nemestikov, 10 seconds to go. Perfetti, Nemestikov, back for Perfetti. Rotates to the near side. Back toward the line for Nikolai Ehlers. 3 seconds, far side. Morrissey shoots. That went wide. Horn sounds. Dallas hangs on and wins the hockey game. 3-1 the final score. They lead the series by the same count. And the Winnipeg Jets will face elimination at home on Thursday night for the first time in these 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs.
You know, yesterday a lot of the conversation was about handling the gut punch of the eventual game winner from Alex Petrovic in Game 3. The gut punch for Winnipeg is how well they played in this game at 5-on-5, outshooting Dallas 32-24, but just couldn't get that next goal when they needed it to securely grab onto momentum in the game. And Dallas scores a couple of power play goals. Ottinger makes some big saves and puts Winnipeg in a deep hole here.
So Michael Granlund gets his first career postseason hat trick. He scores all 3 goals for Dallas, and the Dallas Stars win by 2 goals tonight, defeating Winnipeg 3-1 and lead the series 3-1. So Winnipeg in some trouble heading home. 8:30 start time Thursday night at Canada Life Center. The final score once again, the Dallas Stars 3. The Winnipeg Jets 1. The Stars lead the series 3-1. Totals in the postgame show are coming up next. You're listening to Play Now, Winnipeg Jets playoff hockey on the radio home of the Jets, Power 97, 680 CJOB.
You are listening to Winnipeg Jets.
Mark, let's go back to the 1987 Canada, or not Canada Cup. That was still to come.
That was
but the 1987, that wasn't Game 7, but that was an all-decider as well, as we know. But for Game 7, that was pretty good stuff. But 87 in the Stanley Cup final, you're facing Philadelphia. You're up 3-1 in the series. They come back to tie it. Now you've got Game 7. Take us back to your greatest remembrances of, again, almost letting the series slip away and then having that opportunity in Game 7 to come up big, which you guys clearly did.
Well, it just goes to show you that we felt back in 87, we were really at the peak of that team in some ways. Some people think 85 team was the best team ever. 87, I think, was probably the most talented team. I think 85 team had a better overall record. I think it was 16-1 or 16-2 in that playoff year. 87, we got tangled up against Philadelphia, but we felt we're a better team. But sports isn't about who's a better team. It's about the belief system inside the dressing room. And Philadelphia wouldn't quit. Mike Keenan wouldn't allow the young Philadelphia team to quit. They were kind of banged up. They had some injuries, but they were able to extend the series after what we thought probably should have been maybe at least 4 or 5 game series. We lost, I think, the first game, if I remember correctly, and then came back and won 3 in a row, coming home to win the 5th game, only to realize that winning a championship, even after all the experience we had, is not that easy. And then going back to Philadelphia for Game 6, and they trounced us in Philly. Now we find ourselves in a Game 7, and then once you get to a Game 7, anything can happen. You can get a bad break, an unlucky bounce, as we've seen in the past, and so everything's at stake, everything's on the line, and I think luckily for us, we're able to, really kind of rely on our experiences that we had in the past. We felt incredibly confident that if we went out and played our best game and Philadelphia went out and played their best game, our best was going to be good enough. But even with that, there was so much uncertainty. And sure enough, we were able to win our 3rd cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, channel 9.
Hey, sports fans, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Toronto Sports Insider during the playoff pulse. Our mission is simple, bringing sports fans together to hang out, cheer, and change the world one insider at a time, while supporting SickKids Hospital in Toronto every single game.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts. The link is pinned in the chat and in the description. Check out our campaign page. Donate if you can, or share it with friends. Holy Mackinac! Every click helps sick kids heal the future. Just by being here, you have already made an impact. Now, chat it up. Keep it classy, and let's keep changing the world one insider at a time.
'54-year drought for the franchise and how that team represented what a hockey team is all about.
Well, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about 1994 as well. You mentioned Mike Keenan. We spoke with him in studio a couple of weeks ago. He still speaks so highly of you and of that run. So take us back to ending the 54-year drought. In Game 7, you get a power play goal. You shovel a puck underneath of Kirk McLean. Stands up as the game winner, as it turns out. So take us back to that hot, steamy night. What was it, June 14th of 1994 at the Garden in New York?
Just, I guess just starting, going to the rink, trying to keep your same routine. Brian Leach and I would always drive together down through Times Square, down Broadway 7th Avenue to take a right-hand turn on 33rd Street. And you could feel things were different, even from the Upper West Side. Just the vibe and the energy of the whole city was just electrified. Getting down towards Madison Square Garden, seeing the crowd already starting to build, the police officers surrounding the Garden. It was a carnival-like atmosphere. Obviously, we knew we were something on the cusp of doing something that hadn't been done in 54 years. The magnitude of it was palpable. I mean, the energy, just everything just seemed to be so electrified. You try to keep yourself in the moment. You try to stay with your routine. Obviously, there's a much more at stake. And then, we found ourselves much like